What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Grind City Grinders. Hope that you can hear me.
Take it to the streets. Take it to the streets. Take it to the streets. Take it to the streets.
Check one, check two. How are we sounding today? Cornbread, how are we sounding today? We have Grind City Grinders in the house. Hulksmash is second.
Take it to the streets. Take it to the streets.
Turn.
Take it to the streets.
Okay, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, the Doordash Revolution, once again coming with you with another episode and everything. And we just so glad to be here and everything like that. So we just definitely are here and we enjoy what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Hulksmash, he's running a little late because he has some errands he have to do. So that's going to give me time to talk a little bit about the show. I'm going to let this try this here. Hold on. All right. I'm in a different vehicle today. Somehow I got my camera thing I need to set. I'm not able to set it. So I'm actually look like I'm vertical here. So we got a lot of events going to be going on this weekend, a lot of challenges that we're going to be doing, right? Okay, for this month and for the remainder of the year. And as you see in the thumbnail, you know, we're going to get a chance to do that, you know, a little later on. It's a topic I want to talk about. And I'm going to go ahead and get off into it right now. And I've been thinking about it for a while. I've seen some people talking about it, drivers, content creators. You know, there are some concerns out here. You know, we heard about the Doordash is getting ready to hire drivers as W-2 employees. Once again, in my neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, we putting the information out there and we shutting it down as it's not rumor control. It is true that Doordash is planning on hiring delivery drivers as W-2 employees. They already started getting the things wrapped up. They're trying to get it started in Fresno, California, and I think it's also in Texas. I just can't remember what city it's in. So that's how it goes there. All right. This is one thing I want to talk about today, which is going to be a strong topic. And I may do a series of that topic. And we're going to talk about it now because this ties into what I'm getting ready to talk to you now. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive and let's get at it. DoorDash drivers, stop going broke accepting lowball offers. You know, we're going to have an episode with Uber Eats. We're going to have an episode with Grubhub. Each one of these platforms, they have some difference in how you use the platforms. And then there is some similarities when it comes to no-tip offers, lowball offers, super saturation, glitches on these different platforms, right? Now, back to what I was saying, that I was listening to a couple of content creators talking about it, which was concerns throughout America among drivers. And then we had a heated conversation. It got hot in the kitchen over there at Chili's last night as drivers was giving their viewpoints on this trending topic. And they want to know more about what's going on. There is some unanswered questions and concerns. So I went to Chili's last night and we got to talking about the topic and everything. And people was like, man, I wish we had a content creator that can, you know, bring us up to date on what's going on. You know, I didn't reveal that who I was. I was in a different area of the city, you know, and one person recognized who I was. They didn't say anything. They was waiting on me to say something. And they got to talking. I was talking with them. Yet I still didn't reveal who I was. And I wanted to hear what their opinions was, what their perspectives was, what their experience was, without them knowing that they was talking to the Doordash revolution. So as I was getting ready to do the recording, this guy, he kind of came over there and he interrupted the conversation and said, ladies and gentlemen, you know you have a content creator among you. And they looked at him and thought it was him. He said, no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to introduce you to the Doordash revolution. That's him right there. And they looked at, they like, you mean to tell me that you let us do all of this talking and you didn't tell us that you was a content creator? I said, the reason is, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes when you let people know that's what you're doing, you don't get a chance to get the real from them. You know, you don't get a chance to feel the emotion from them. People kind of hold back what they want to say, and they get nervous when they see the camera around. So yeah, we got in the conversation, deep conversation. They talk about how drivers are broke, right? Can't afford to get the car fixed, can't afford to get that flat tire put on. They're using certain apps just to put gas in the car and food to eat during their shift. And I also hear some content creators talking about it also in our niche in this community. I wanted to address this topic today. DoorDash drivers stop going broke, accepting lowball offers. Why are drivers going broke, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, PJ? PJ is in the house. We glad to have you here. So what's causing drivers to go broke out here? Is it super saturation? Somebody let me know. Or is it that things are changing on these platforms? We're not able to make the money like we used to, you know, or is it that the demographic we in, the diners are not ordering in that particular demographic or market, or we haven't evaluated our concept strategy for a plan to maximize our earnings, or is everything just slow? People was asking about the bot. You know, people was talking about, you know, immigrants, you know, and they talking about multiple accounts. They talking about all of this stuff, right? So they went ahead and they just let it out there. They just let it out there, you know. And I said it is some concerns with inflation, the prices on food definitely going up, you know. So it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So we understand that we got to adjust, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to talk on something that I experienced today as well. And then I want to hear what your thoughts, your opinions, your perspective in this live stream today. You know, as we do these challenges, the challenges that we are doing is to get drivers in our community to resonate with the challenges that we face every day when we out here in these streets and our concerns. You know, we talk so often about the 9 to 5. You see what I'm saying? You know, living from paycheck to paycheck. Now let's talk about the equivalent in the gig community, living from gas tank to gas tank. You know, and then it's trying to put them pennies together and try to make ends meet. Drivers claiming that they're not making money, where some drivers are going to the bank, cashing in at the bank, so to speak. I need to hit this do not disturb sign. Hold on for a second. All right. Because I got a strange feeling I'm going to get some phone calls. I got a couple of meetings I got to take care of. So I just want to know what you think, you know, what about it? What you going to do about it? You know, is it going to change the way you do business? Okay. Or you going to do business as usual? Some markets will be more profitable than others. We know that. So that's some things that we need to be concerned of, you know. So yeah, they was talking about how, you know, we're being slaves to these apps, you know, and all of this. And I was like, wow, they having a powerful conversation over there. But do anybody know what's really going on? You know, I'm not a politician. I'm really not into politics, and I'm not trying to bring politics into this. But we can't look that these things are political issues that have an impact on America, right? So we got a lot of thinking we got to do. You know, we got a lot of things we got to adjust to, right? So we got to be able to understand what's going on in our world, what's going on in America. You know, there's a lot of competition in the job market, from the 9 to 5 to the gig work to the remote jobs and all of this. You know, we understanding what's happening from the transitioning of misclassified employees and independent contractors to employees doing these gig apps, and the different laws and regulations that's been passed for other states so they can get the healthcare benefits, you know, and all of those subsidies that, you know, drivers been claiming we don't have, and we need those subsidies. So what do you actually think? Will this affect the way we do this business? Now, back to the restaurant. Y'all thought I forgot. Back to the restaurant. I've been noticing it for the last 2 years. When you order a drink, ladies and gentlemen, do you order it with ice or do you order it without ice? What this got to do with what we talk about? It's got everything to do with this gig work. It's got everything to do with what we do. And when we are asked to fill these drinks up, how do we fill them up? You know, and how do I feel about that? Well, I got mixed opinions on that, and I'm gonna share that after I get through sharing this. So I go to Crystal, right? You know, I went there, ordered the combo. It was 4, you know, burgers, right? And the chili cheese fries, the Crystal burgers, right? So, you know, they have a regular drink that goes with that menu, to where you can be able to drink that drink and eat your food and you still have some drink, you know, without you done drunk the drink. You're looking at the cup being empty, especially if you're on the run and you went through the drive-through. You're not dining in, but you eating on the road, right? And you got more food than drink. I've been doing one thing for the last 7 years, and I have noticed a difference. And I even asked my family members, and they didn't catch it. I was like, I'm going to stop getting ice in these drinks because they fill that ice all the way to the top. Let's drink. You probably have about that much drink in a large cup, right? And you looking at, you done drank the drink up, the ice still there, right? So I said, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go today and I'm gonna order me a drink that's off that menu. I'm not gonna upsize. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna order that drink without the ice. And true enough, I got my money worth. Been doing it for the last some years. Now I don't know in your market. I want to have drivers experience this. If not, test it out. I go to Crystal. They have a regular drink that goes to that menu. They're supposed to balance out with that entree that's on that menu. You know, you don't supposed to have less drink for that menu. All right, so I pull up and everything, and I order from the menu. What you like to drink? I like Dr. Pepper, no ice. I pull up at the drive-through. She working on a cup, putting it in a cup. I'm looking at the cup. It's just one size up from the water cup that they give you for free. I said, I know this lady not gonna try to pull this on me today. So with that being said, she sit there. I said, hold on, I got a question for you before you put that drink in that cup. I know that I ordered the drink without ice, right? She looked at me. I said, I got a real good question for you because I'm spending my money. I want to know the menu that I ordered. That's the required drink for that menu. Look at what size I am, ma'am, and you think I'll be able to eat that food and still have some drink to balance out with that food? Well, how much would it cost me to upsize it to the size it's supposed to be, so I won't have to worry about choking while I'm eating? She went on and gave me the right cup for that menu. I see you, Tasha, in the house. And I said, do I owe any more? No, it's the same price. So I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to test it out. Don't try to get no upsized cup. Nothing. I want you to do this right here. Try a few restaurants or fast food joints, the ones that you may think be a little shady when certain people be on the shelf. You know how they do this thing here. This was an episode Hulk and myself talked about shrinking inflation. I've been doing it for years sometimes, and I forget here and there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, and we spending our money. We spending the money, and we are customers that go to the store, to the fast food restaurant, get food to eat, whatever choice you want to eat at. Some people say they don't eat at fast food. I understand that, you know, but you eating at somebody's establishment, right? When you eat out, dine out, or whatever, however you do it, you want to get your money's worth. Okay, this where this shrimp inflation been going on for years. This isn't anything new. We talked about it. We talked about the Wendy scale, Hook and myself, you know, and all of that. And I probably most likely will have to change the thumbnail for today's episode. Apologize, but emergencies happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but the show had to go on the road. You know, it may be a day, one day I might not be able to make it to the show, but I would tell Hulk, go ahead and let the show go on. I set everything up. You roll with the show. That's the reason why we've been working with him on certain things. So if that day happen, you already know what to do. So back to our storyline right here for today. New topic here. So pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, to the drinks that they give you when you ask for no ice. That's right, no ice. They're gonna change cups on, I guarantee it. So I'm gonna be doing some live stream ride-alongs back the way I used to do them. And some of this stuff you're going to see live and living in color. Now, I'm not going to show the people's face, but you may hear the conversation going down right now in a live stream ride along. A lot of my viewers, they miss those kind of ride alongs where the unexpected may be known. So drivers and more drivers beginning to use YouTube Live. More and more drivers beginning to do live stream ride-alongs. That was the plan of revolutionizing new content in this community. I'm glad and proud to be a part of that. Now, other drivers is taking it to the next level. They answered the call to action. They telling their story, showing their story in their city, in their markets, from their perspective. So often PJ will say, from the Chicago perspective. I'm going to say today, from the Memphis perspective or the Mid-South perspective, you see. So I'm going to speak a little bit on touching on what the challenge supposed to be this weekend. He's going to do a challenge, ladies and gentlemen. And that challenge will be that on Doordash. Yeah, there's a mystery face on it on there too, isn't it? Inquiring minds want to know. But if you want to know what's going on, you got to see that show. So he's going to let the viewers pick his offers. Huck going to show it on the screen. You're going to say, well, accept that offer or don't accept that offer. And that was a great idea, great content for a live stream ride along. I can't do that with Grubhub. Maybe I could have done it 3 years ago. Maybe I could have done it last year. I can't do it with Deliver That. Because you don't know when the orders line to be coming in. So that is a challenge I have seen no one done. It's going to be interesting, entertaining, a lot of information packed right there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see it going down real time. So the way he pictured it, as if some of his fellow drivers would have come into his city, you know, for a tour. Suppose you got a relative that's in boot camp here in Columbia, South Carolina. And this weekend is one of those events, the graduation and everything. And you go on to see, can you make a little money in his city? And you got to make these decisions on accepting offers, declining offers, what's going to be profitable for you and where you can maximize your earnings in Columbia, South Carolina. Like I said, that is a good challenge. That was a great idea. And he's going to show people how it's going to be done. You know, unfortunately, he went through an emergency. Those things happen. We can't control that. Those are the part of life. That's more than just us doing these gig apps and becoming service providers as well as delivery drivers. Let me go ahead and look in the comment section here. We have Hulk said, I tried to get some, man. I'm sorry. That's okay, brother. Get there soon. That's what he was saying. We understand, brother. Hey, we understand. You know, we understand. That's why it's two people over here. All right. Grind City Grind said, I'm good. That's good. That's good. Tasha's in the house. Okay. PJ was in here. I appreciate him so much tapping in and everything. You know, so I will be have to change that thumbnail now and to another topic. Gotta go, Rev. I gotta get better at checking back in. Hey, bro, I gotta do the same thing. That's not just you, it's both of us. But you gotta understand that content creators, you know, we get busy. And then we got a busy life. What's up, TFT? Glad to see you up in the house for a split moment, you know, and everything. So the thing is, what do you think about this here? You know, it's affected some drivers to where they got to go back to a W-2. To a W-2. Okay. I ain't went back to a W-2 this year, but I did go back to a W-2 last year. You see, so everybody know the reason why. And I want drivers if not to feel a certain kind of way because they got to go back to a 9 to 5 to that W-2 to that spot they don't want to be in, which I call a concrete jungle, right? So I want you to stay positive, go in there and do your hours and go home. You know, it's not going to be time to make friends. It's all about you need to make your money, go home. Keep that mind frame and everything and keep them dreams, hopes alive and keep faith and you will get back out in the streets. But there's a lot of things that may have more drivers become employees again. I like doing both my W-2 as well as Doordash, and on the side is like a balance for me. Yeah, it's a lot of drivers. It's more drivers that are part-time out here than full-time drivers. It's going to become more and more difficult in smaller markets, super saturated market 3.0, to just do these gig apps. You know, it's more of a challenge now. It's not easy peasy now. And some drivers not going to make that $300 a day. It may take 3 days to make $300. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a super saturated market. You got more competition coming in your market from different places, different nationalities, you know, and everybody out here grinding. You know what I'm saying? So the money in some places not as lucrative as it used to be. Pandemic era is over with, you know, the where it was fruitful, very fruitful. It's still some good money out there. You know, it may take longer for you to make that money. You can't go into areas where, what in the world? That probably was an acorn came out of the tree. It hit the car like somebody, wow, throw the ball at it or something. But yeah, so that's what we got to understand, you know. And we may have to go back to make that adjustment, you know, just have to. You knew there are days that it's not profitable. There's days that it's not sustainable. There are days you know, you get out in the street and you didn't make them for $6 in 3 hours. I heard a driver say that. I wouldn't have been out there no 3 hours trying to make $6. So you actually paid DoorDash to be on their platform and you didn't make any money or whatever app you was on. That's the reason why it's very imperative to get on as many apps that you can get on, learn how to utilize these apps at the right time of duration so you can maximize your earnings. You know, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot in this thing. It's a whole lot in changing the demographics. It's a whole lot in making the right decisions. It's a whole lot to get adapt to the changes that's taking place. You know, drivers were still bragging about, you know, man, I ain't a top dasher and all of this. We don't have top dasher now. It's called platinum drive, you know, platinum dash. You know, but I didn't interrupt anybody because see, I wanted people to voice their opinions, voice their perspective without them knowing that it was a content creator in their midst. But somebody bust my bubble and put me on blast, you know, and then they was like, we need to talk about this subject. You need to talk about this subject. You need to do this. You need to do that. I need to do everything, right? So I said, I hear what you're saying. I understand. But if you want this topic talked about, right? Yeah, dude. Hold on, let me slow you down for a second. You want this topic to be talked about. Would you come on the show and we talk about that topic and they hear it from your perspective? Well, man, I got this. I said, I knew it. I knew it. Now the excuses get ready to get thrown in the pot. You know, you said that you want something done, right? You request for me to do it, right? I'm willing to do it, right? But the thing about this situation is it's your story, not my story. It's your experience, not my experience. So if I try to tell your experience, it's going to seem like it's fake, artificial, irrelevant. You need to come on the show so they can feel your emotions, feel your passion, feel your anger, feel your excitement about this gig work. Because how I may feel may be a whole lot different than the way you may feel. So I said, I'll do it on one condition. We all come on the show. Boy, they got to leaving the place faster than a jackrabbit during hunting season. Yes, indeed. So that's what I'm talking about. We all will put problems on the table, but don't nobody want to speak out publicly about it. They want to put it all on one person and let him get shot up, talked about, all of this. Folks getting at him. Oh, that ain't you saying your driver saying it in your city, but we're not hearing your drivers saying anything in the comment section in your city. We don't see any interviews from drivers in your city complaining about these issues, these problems, these concerns that all of us have. You see, you do live stream ride along. We don't see none of that action going on. People gonna think I made it up. You see, so the conversation got quiet quick. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that if we want our concerns to be put out there in them streets, then the person that we think we gonna leverage their platform, don't leave that person hanging. I'm gonna use an analogy and tell you what I mean. It's equivalent to if I was working over there when we got a union. Everybody bringing me all of these ideas and said we need to talk to the union rep, or don't have a union over there. Man, we need a union. I think you the guy can campaign for us to get this union here. When you get ready to talk to the manager in corporate office, we got your back. Okay, I get it organized and everything, get it ready so we can get in here and have this meeting. I'm looking for everybody to show up. Nobody show up but me. Guess what's getting ready to happen? I'm getting ready to get fired. You see, unless I exercise some rights, and I needed to have exercised them rights before I put that information on the table. You see, so people will sit there and set you up for failure, man. To be the sacrificial lamb, and then they laughing and talking about he shoulda, coulda, woulda, did all this different stuff. But you said you had the person's back. But then when it was time to put in action, you was no call, no show. So my thing is, I said, yeah, I'll do it, but on one condition. Okay. So there was a situation happened a year and a half ago. We need to talk about this restaurant here. We need you to put it on the show. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to let everybody know. We need to let it be made known on social media. I said, I'll do it if you say something about it. They tried to get out of it. One day they messed around and I called them and put them on point. Not blast, but on point. Here go my fanfare music finna get ready to go on, the sirens and all of that. I'm gonna start putting it on my channel. Now check this out. Got it on there and he told it. I mean, boy, did he tell it. Next thing you know, come back, man, please get it off the show. Please put it private. Please put it in archive. Please delete it. Cause they fought back. You see, they fought back. Their driver wound up getting banned from over there. Didn't matter what platform he was on. And not only banned from that restaurant, but any franchise that had that restaurant name in America. So sometimes you can't just get out there and do what people want you to do. You got to pray about certain things and do what God wants you to do. Just like in the church, I'm going to use an example. And I hate where church goers pull this Christian tactic on. Well, I talked to God. He told me you need to do this. I told that person one day, okay, if he wanted me to do something, why he didn't tell me? So don't fall for when people tell you, God told me to tell you to do this. I know better than that. I have an encounter with him. I have a relationship with him. And Deuteronomy 29 and 29 tells me that the things he revealed to me belongs to me, right? For me and for my children, for generations and generations, it's in there. So why would he tell you, you know what I mean? Something he wanted me to do and don't talk to me about it. Unless he already talked to me about it and I was disobedient, that's something different. And then he may send confirmation through a prophet or whatever. But we got to watch out when people talk about, well, the Lord told me to tell you to do something. And you've been obedient in his will. Okay, why he didn't tell me? You see, so sometimes you have to let people understand that and show them. You feel what I'm saying? So our thing is this here. There'll be a lot of requests. We want you to be the one to do it. And then the next thing you know, people shutting shop down on you. They shutting shop down on you. You left there looking crazy because you didn't take time and talk to God about it. If someone is pressing you about doing something that they claim wanted you to do, but they can't wait for you to consult and talk to God about it yourself, then it's not official coming from him. I thought I would touch down on that for a few minutes. I'm not going to be on live long because I need to get out here and beat these streets up a little bit and make some money. You see, Grubhub app is the slowest of all three. Okay, so I've been doing some deliver that. I'm going to be showing more of my catering setup. Some will look good. Some will look like, man, what did you do? Man, you didn't have too much of a space, man. You had plenty of room, but we're going to show the best photos possible that we can show, and do that. We got a lot of challenges that's going to come up, and, we'll be able to do them, Hulksmash and myself. If he's not able to do the challenge because of a situation come up or vice versa, we know the other guy will be able to do it. If I had a challenge coming up as of today, the challenge don't start till tomorrow. But if I had a challenge coming up today and his schedule is open, I wasn't able to do the challenge, I already know what he's gonna say. Or the show must still go on. I do that. I do that challenge instead. And that's cause he got a good heart. He be on a lot of people channels, man. That's why I call him the ambassador. He know how to get there with the people, with the peace treated. You backstage, all right, he's backstage. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I do. I probably hit the wrong button as usual, and I need to go into my settings, but I don't want to shut the live down. So I'm gonna have to stay in this position right here because I wanted it horizontal, not vertical. So those things happen. Those hiccups happen. I'm gonna try to get him on backstage. He says he's in backstage. Yes, he is. I'm finna pull him up in a few seconds because I'm gonna make sure I don't hit the wrong buttons here. Okay, okay, okay. Let's do this right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. He's in the background. Let me see. Can I get him in here? Add him to the stage.
All right, cool.
How's everything sounding? The sound and everything.
Sounding good. How's my sound? How's my sound?
You good, brother? You good? I can't turn my
Okay,
screen like yours. I done locked my
that's all right.
phone.
That's all right. We're good, man. We see each other. We good. We making it happen. I just
All right.
wanted to say I apologize, everybody. Something emergency came up with my family.
Family first, brother.
My family came up. I want to let y'all know, because y'all also my YouTube family, which is why I'm gonna let y'all know. My daughter's been going through some stuff at work, and there's only so much that you can take from the chain of command and stuff. They treat her wrong, and I didn't grow no person who's soft. She did what she could to try to talk with them, you know, cooperate and everything, but this got too much. So she left the job today.
Oh,
So it's the benefit for her because the stress level was pretty high. And when we went over there, my wife and I we went over there this weekend on Sunday, and she was bawling out in tears and stuff. Her boyfriend lives with her and stuff like that. We try to cover her, but she needed her family. And we brought some joy while we was there and stuff. But I kind of knew that she probably was gonna go, but I just wanted to be there for her for support. So that's why what happened, and it just took a little bit longer. I just didn't want to leave her. Um, my wife was VI, video chat with her as well because when she called, I was already out. So she just said, "Let's go over there, get her," and then I just put it on video. So then we all was talking like that. So that's what good thing about communications and the good thing about the technology when you use it, even though you're not there, you're there. So that's why I was late, and I'm sorry that but he had the show going on, and thank you, Red, for doing that and everything. Thank everybody else. All right, back to you, Red.
oh, you good, brother? No, you gonna go ahead and do your thing right there. And I got it on solo screen. I
Oh,
was
okay.
trying. I was trying to do some stuff a few minutes ago, and I thought I ended the live. That's why I was afraid to touch the phone had got hot. So I apologize to the
Okay.
viewers. They want
Okay.
to know. They want to know what this challenge is all about. So
Okay.
the show is yours, George.
Okay. Well, the challenge for tomorrow, this DoorDash challenge. I want to use DoorDash. It's my sacrifice app. I call it now because I was talking with Rev. Grubhub was my main app that I like to use for food delivery. Now I'm back on Block, so with his tutelage and stuff and things that I'm doing because things are newer than what I used to be back in 2019, 2018, 2019 when I was on Grubhub. I lost my opportunity for being on Block, so now I'm back on Block, so it's gonna be different. But this DoorDash challenge is gonna be for tomorrow. Is you the audience will be the ones picking the orders. Today, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do a little tour of the city, and then I'm gonna drive to where we're gonna go and do the challenge at because tomorrow's gonna be college football. We have a home game, so I'm gonna do a tour where things gonna be blocked off and stuff, and you don't really want to be down there because when they block up the roads, they're gonna have the roads controlled. So you only gonna be going one way and be stuck. So once you're stuck in that control, when you try to do orders and stuff, if you're not on the right thing, EPO, if you're on EPO, you're gonna be hurt because you're gonna be late. So the best thing to do is not be downtown doing the game when they start blocking up the roads and stuff. They doing detours. They're gonna be having directional stuff, all that stuff. They're gonna even block off. edges off the highway, off the interstate. Certain roads going to be blocked off the interstate going that way to the stadium. So I'm going to take you guys down to the stadium and stuff like that as well, and it's around, and then I'm going to drive to where we're going to actually tomorrow do the challenge from, because you see the game's at 3:30. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Gamecocks are going to be playing at home. It's a home game. So, I was picking about 11 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, which will be 10 his time, because he's an hour behind me to actually start the challenge due to the fact that, they'll be having orders coming out. So I want to gamble to make sure we can get a good little thing and you guys can see. And then while we're talking and stuff, D-Rev can talk too, about certain things like anchor points. The thing is when you go to another city, like I did, I've been to like Augusta, North Carolina, um, Alabama, Michigan. I've been to different states and cities in those states. So you gotta find a way to find out what anchor points and stuff and things like that. So we're gonna kind of like go through that as I'm driving, and he's gonna probably like explain some of that, and I can explain some of that too. Different anchor points and different things to do for. This is like if you came to my city, my state, you know, to like this weekend. Well, this whole week, the we have an army base called Fort Jackson. Fort Jackson has graduation every Thursday for the basic trainees. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they could go out of town and stuff. It's going to be plus they have a game, on top of that, like I was saying earlier. So what happens is a lot of people come in a little earlier to get those hotels. They try to get the hotels on the base first, then they go out to get hotels out. So a lot of hotels be booked real quick. So people will be going in advance for these for that. So that's something else. So when he was saying, and I was saying about know your territory, know your region and stuff like that. That's what the other thing you have to do. You have to know that too, of what's going on. So this is going to be a good time to do the challenge and stuff to see. And I'm going to let you guys pick my orders. Now the only thing is there's not going to be no misorder. I don't miss an order unless it came around a glitch. Other than that, I don't miss an order. Either I decline it or I accept it. Those are the only two. So when you guys do it, you're not going to think and stuff, because if it comes down, I'm going to just hit accept. If it's a bad order, I'm going to hit accept, because I don't miss orders on purpose. So I don't want you guys to miss orders on purpose for me either. If that's good, if I'm just asking that. Also, I'll show you my stats prior to us starting. We'll probably start a little bit earlier so that I can show the stats on there and things like that. I am at 100% on my AR, and that's my thing right there. I'm gonna be worried about, for the challenge. I'm gonna do at least, the maximum amount to go down is 80% AR. So other than that, anything goes below that. If it goes below that a little bit, that's fine. I can still pick it back up and still get into my platinum tier, because all my other stats is going to be up there. I got everything else up there. So, this is the AR I would just have to, work on, which I could work on that. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's why I just, act like it's your order, and do the best for me. This is just like a little, educational. People do travel from states to different states to state, you know, and do things. So when you want to get a little bit of money, hey, I want to put on Doordash. You see, Doordash and Uber Eats are the most, best apps to jump on, because you don't have to ask nobody to change your region or state or anything like Grubhub. You got to call them up and ask them. So that's why I would suggest, if you go into other places, use Grubhub or DoorDash use Uber Eats or DoorDash for food delivery, so you don't have to worry about it. You just have to just change the region in your app, for DoorDash. Uber Eats, it just automatically be right there and do it. So, so this is what we're gonna do. I just leaving my daughter's apartment. We're gonna be I'm gonna put it in the front so you're gonna see the apartment complex and stuff like that. But then I'm gonna drive downtown and then we can talk as I'm driving. So if any questions, you put it in the chat, and the DoorDash Revolution, he'll monitor the chat and he'll ask me the questions that you have. Now he does ask one thing about this is like I know people don't like it, but if you could do a Q1, Q2, and if you're doing a statement, you could do an S or so. So then he could keep the chat going and keep it organized. So while he's reading the chat and stuff, he can see what questions wants and what statements. Because in that way, even a statement, you might want somebody to reply on your statement. So that's why he asked that, and that's what the only reason why I was asking you, because I'm not going to be looking at the chat much. And if you see
Right.
me when I had those gig wars, one of us is looking at the chat, and one of us is not. And then sometimes both of us can't look at the chat at the same time when I'm doing the gig war challenges. So, for safety reasons. I do have I don't know if you see it, I do have my vest on, thing like that. But I didn't need it really to be on if I just never took it off. So I'm going to switch the screen to look forward and then we'll go from there.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put you back on solo. He already let everybody know I will be moderating the chat room. We have standards and principles over here, and we're
All
gonna
right.
do things and in order. We're gonna do the Q1. If you got questions, S1, I will do my best to answer them. And then what things you want to be reflected to him, we'll do that. And as we get ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get ready and be in the backstage while he's solo, so we can look at the tour of the city.
All right. Yeah, this little subdivision that my daughter lives in, she's thinking about moving, but right now this is good. It's close to her work, but now she'll probably move now because she's not going to go back to that job. Uh, so just wait till after the holidays and go from there. See, downtown ain't far. That's where we go. We're going downtown, Columbia. So it's not far. Some people who live in this live here, this content creators probably live here. I know one, he'll probably recognize a lot of the spots I'm going to. I recognize a lot of spots he travels to when he's working too. So this is all good. You see, over here in South Carolina, some people don't understand. Like when you make a left turn, you go in the far left lane, and when you making a right turn, you go in the far right lane. You see how I had to pause because that car there, that white car in front of me, he didn't know what he wanted to do. See, he wanted to just pull over. He wanted to just drive and go right into the far left lane, which I was in. But then he decided not to because I was going to that far left lane. You see, so you gotta watch it. You gotta watch the time when you actually driving, especially in this city. Some of these people don't have insurance. It's not an at fault state here, but if you don't have insurance, then the person who hit you, causing the accident, hit you, then you still stuck. You're stuck without a car, and you stuck with going through your insurance company. You don't want your car fixed or told them it's total, whatever the case may be. Then you also, you're gonna have to get a rental car and all that stuff. And then, how you get all that stuff done, you gotta, you're gonna be out of work. So you're gonna have to write that out how much you would probably make that day if you was working if you didn't have this accident. So, it's a lot of things. So that's something you gotta do with the state you go to. You gotta understand the mentality of this of where you're going and what state you go to. South Carolina, they don't care. Like I said, so there are some good drivers, but there's a lot of bad drivers. So so if you do come here, you gotta be on your toes. You gotta be defensive. You can't be offensive. You gotta be defensive. You gotta be a defensive driver here. So I'm gonna get off at UG Street. I'm gonna show you around the campus and all that stuff. It's 12:51, so still lunchtime. So if you do come here during the week and the school's in session, you're gonna see a lot of traffic from the people walking and stuff. So and hopefully we don't see like they tend to do this. The light could be against them and they'll still walk across the street. So hopefully we won't see that. But if we do, then it's all live. So then you'll see what you look forward to if you come here to Columbia. Columbia has a zoo. It's a next zoo. They have also a big stadium called Williams-Brice Stadium. You can look it up. For a stadium that big, it holds over 80,000 people. It fits. They did a lot of construction and stuff on it, so now it can hold over 80,000 people. 80,000 people. It can host. Hold up. So it has the state house and everything here. I'll take you guys by that. Everything I'll look at the stadium first, so you can set, and then go back from there. The street I'm turning on is Jarvis Street. That's like the main road down here. You get spread off from Jarvis Street to go like I'm on Huger Street. It's pronounced Hug, but it's spelled Huger. I used to say Huger, but they pronounce it Hug. So when you hear it, it doesn't. The way they pronounce it is not how it's not how it's spelled. So that's one thing. Yeah. Okay. So downtown here, you could there's a lot of stores, business stuff.
Yes, it got you sounding like a robot right now. It's probably the area that you're in. Right. Yep. You're still doing it. You might have to wait till you get out of that area.
Downtown.
give him a few minutes and everything, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the area right now that has got him sounding like a robot. It happens sometimes. See what I'm saying? It throws him off the screen. He'll be back shortly and everything. I'm hoping that you can hear me right now. But yeah, he was in that area. That happens um, when you are in certain areas and the Wi-Fi was real strong in them areas, like medical buildings and other buildings, government buildings. Low signal. Those things happen. It happened to all his drivers. These areas are also areas. Excuse me for a second. I got the AC on in here. I'm gonna turn that bad boy off. But yeah, those things happen, ladies and gentlemen. You just see how he got thrown off just then due to that area. We as drivers, this is a challenge that we face, right? And what we are facing, and let me see, can I hit he's backstage? Let me see, can I bring him back up? Let's bring him back up. All right, there we go.
All right. Testing, testing. 1, 2, testing.
Yeah, you good to go. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this StreamYard too, StreamYard, I don't know, it's very sensitive as well. But yeah, these buildings and stuff, the signal gets flooded up and stuff like this. I'm gonna take you down to what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you and then take you on Main Street, so then that way you can see the business side as well, um, of downtown. I was kind of like taking you to the main roads and stuff, not going to a lot of different streets. But I'm taking you on the main road, try to see it now downtown and stuff like that. And then we're gonna go over like to where the football stadium is. We have a baseball stadium and stuff like that. Go by there and stuff like that too. Now, if you want to like stay in this area, like there is an app called GoPuff. I know a lot of people here, but some people don't. And that app will keep you in downtown area. If you wanted to stay downtown, you see, with DoorDash, I did DoorDash. I be downtown doing DoorDash, and then they end up taking me to like Garner's Ferry. Don't worry about that road where I was to talk about, but it takes me out from downtown. So if you just want to be downtown, you have to like out what are downtowns and just not, accept the orders going someplace else if you want to stay downtown, because it will take you out of downtown and you end up in Garner's Ferry. Now Garner's Ferry, AT&T signals are 4G. It seems like, and you could your signal could get all jacked up. So that area that I was just talking about, that happens all the time. So when you have stuff running, because you're always going to have something running in the background to keep the Android or your iOS, your iPhone running. Don't have too many things open, because when you get certain signals, it takes more data to run those apps and stuff or whatever you have. So when you multi-apping and you got stuff in the background and it's on, you gotta know exactly where you are, because then it can affect you as you are doing something. And if you have like more than one open, I had an order from all of them, even though they were going to the same place. I'm not saying about 30 happened. They all end up going to the same place. You could you could then go in that area and something goes wrong with one of your apps, and you might not know it because you're doing a delivery on another app, and then they calling you and say, "Hey man, what's going on? What's going on? where you going with my food and stuff like that? Because you know these customers now are actually looking at you on their side, so you won't even know because something there, you know, and triggers them. They'll take you off the screen or something like that because the app is glitching because of the signal. And then say you doing something and you drop off the first order, then you got the second order you doing, and then you still in that same area with bad signals and stuff, and then all of a sudden your second order app is glitching. Then what you gonna do for your third order? You got your third order in your car. So when you have your third order in your car, you got that order late now because you had to deal with the second order being glitchy, and you got to tend to that. So you got three orders and you got another order in your car, and now you're gonna really be late, and then you're gonna possibly get in trouble from the other app because you're not actually going. So when you're doing more than one app on at the same time, you gotta watch the areas you end up in because it does affect the other apps. You might not see it because it's in the background. I have a Z Fold, so I can see two apps at once. Um, you know, other people's phone might not be able to do it. I'm not sure, but I know my phone Z Fold, I can have two apps, one on one side of the screen, one on the other side of the screen, so I can see two. So I got that little advantage right there. But some people might not. So you gotta watch. You gotta watch when you do that. So that's what I'm saying. That's in any city and stuff. You gotta understand. That's just in this one. That's in your own town too. So you gotta know. So so right here where I'm at, I'm on Taylor Street and Main Street. Main Street is like the business district. On Saturdays, they also have something called Soda City Market. It's an actual market that people come. I'm gonna go back through there. I just going around here and stuff. It's a market that people come and sell goods and stuff like that. Food, they have entertainment and things like that. So it's like a little flea. Yeah, you can say it's like a flea market type deal too. But that's basically what it is. You know, they have it pretty much every Saturday, and it goes for most of the day. You know, it starts around 7 and it doesn't end around about 3, 4 o'clock. And then they sometimes when they have bands and stuff, because they have live bands do stuff too, they go later than that too. But they block off certain areas here, so that'll be something there too. You got to watch that whole Main Street area. We block. If you get hurt and stuff, you got a hospital right there. We just passed, so you'll see it. I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna go back to Main Street from over here, so then that way I can show you all the stuff. So, so that's something else that you might want to make sure when you're doing multiple apping is where you are. Because you see that signal that happened? I was on StreamYard. Say I had two apps on, and I was delivering. One of them was going to be messed up, and I won't even know it. Or the first one gets messed up. I'm working on that one, and the second one I have, oh, well, I'm going to be late. So you see that guy? He was still walking, even though the light turned against him. So you got to watch that. That's what I'm saying. So, all right. We're going to go to the main street now. I just wanted to go near the beginning of it. All right, now we're going to go down Main Street, and it's going to end right at the Capitol building, the state Capitol building. That's where all our decisions are made and stuff, you know, for On my well, the night's red. I can probably do it, but on my left side, just passing the Columbia Police Department, that got raided back then to George Floyd. Yeah, that got raided. George Floyd incident that right over here is a courthouse right here. That's when you marriage and stuff. Child support cases. You have traffic tickets. You go there and stuff like that too. Parking tickets, all that stuff like that. You go to that courthouse right there. So this is it has businesses as well as restaurants and stuff on both sides. And all right here on Saturday, it's gonna be blocked off on the side streets and stuff. You can't get in. They're gonna have it like blocked off with cones and stuff, so no cars can go on. You're just gonna have to walk. So you can walk this whole strip in the street too. So this is what you work with. This is what you work with.
Got a question for you, Hulk. Why you
Go ahead.
downtown? It is downtown Columbia, South Carolina, right?
Yes, this is downtown Columbus, South Carolina.
It is downtown Columbia, South Carolina, right?
Yes, this is downtown Columbus, South Carolina.
It is downtown Columbia, South Carolina, right? Okay, let me put my headphones back on. I had to turn my other device on. I realized I had it on.
Oh,
Yeah,
no problem. I figured
yeah,
you was doing a sound check. I figured you was doing a sound check. Make sure the sound's still working.
yeah, I was.
See downtown right here. You know, when you go downtown, you know me. I'm fortunate in a way that you got meters and stuff. You gotta pay. You park. I'm fortunate that I don't have to pay any meters because I have a handicap um,
Okay.
plate. I do have the placard too, but since I have the plate, I need the placard at the house. You could temporarily do what that car is doing, go up on a medium and stuff. But when you do that, it don't matter. If you have a handicap plate, you can get a ticket. So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to have something saying that you're a delivery driver. So see, Doordash, they do that. They have those little things you can put in your dashboard, and that'll be something you will have to know down here because they can give you a ticket. They're not gonna play. They will give you a ticket. Columbia Police, they won't play. So, matter of fact, here's a police officer cop right here. So we're gonna pass. See. So if you have, like that FedEx truck's coming up, they won't mess with it because it has logos on it saying what kind of business it is. So you also got to do that. They do have places here that loading zones, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you could go and park in them. But if you do park in them, you gotta have that little placard or so that you can put in your dashboard that you are doing a delivery because they will ticket you. So I don't know if you guys will see it, but there is the steakhouse right there, right in front of us. I will go to that stop, that red light right there on the next one, and you will be able to see it.
Dude on that military is, are they going to have a graduation today or tomorrow?
They had it. Graduation was yesterday,
Oh, yesterday.
but yeah, they are able to leave and hang out with their families, but they have to have the uniform on and be back at a certain time. And then when they um, when they actually have their papers to go, then they'll just go where they gotta go. So there is the state house right there. They have a big giant tree that they put up there for Christmas time. It's huge. It's pretty though too. We're not leaving the thing. I'm gonna go into we call it 5 points. Okay, let me tell you about 5 points. Okay, if you come here and you do Uber like rideshare or Lyft, certain places Uber might let you go on that, but most likely I think they changed all that. But Lyft, they let you go to certain places and actually just drive. You will get a lot of riders that want to go places on 5 points. 5 points is a hangout spot for the colleges. There's a bunch of other. They have the HBCU colleges around here as well. They have Benedict College and Allen University. Those are both HBCU colleges, and then also um, the South Carolina College, the Gamecocks. So it's actually university. That's the big one here. So it's the University of South Carolina. That's exactly what it's called. So 5 points is there's a whole bunch of bars and stuff. They do have actual restaurants as well, and they do have merchants places that you can buy stuff. But it's a lot of places for them to hang out, and they've been cracking down on 5 points, but they still get things go through the cracks and get people who are underage drinking. You gotta be 21 to drink, and some of these kids are not 21 and they be drunk. And some of the bars here don't care; they just want the money. And cheap beer, they have cheap beer here in a lot of these places, so they'll go and drink all that out. That's where
Got
we're gonna
another,
go right now. 5 points.
got
Good.
another question for you.
Go ahead.
If I was a visitor and you was doing a ride share at this moment, I believe you do
Mm-hmm.
Lyft, don't you? And you picking me up from the airport, and I would ask you, man, what is the best place to eat from? Not the famous ones, but the mom and pop shops that they don't talk about. What what which restaurant would you take me to?
That's a good one. I'm gonna take you to it right now.
Okay.
I'll show you. I'll show you the place right now. That's good. It was on Guy Fury. I don't know if you watch what's that show with Guy Fury? He go drives and dine drives and something like that. He went
Okay.
to this restaurant. He went to this restaurant right here. Um, it's coming up. I'll show you. Then
Okay.
answer. And it's actually good food. It's a mama papa place. There's also a mama papa pizza shop right up here
Okay.
that we gonna pass. I will try to stop to let you guys see that. Uh,
I'm gonna turn my AC down. I don't want it to overpower your sound on your end.
Oh, I don't even hear it. I don't even hear your AC. You might hear
Yeah.
my AC. I don't know.
No, I don't hear it, brother. Um,
I don't, yeah.
it looks beautiful down there, man, and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. You see, this is still lunchtime, so this is all this traffic. I'm doing you guys. I wanted you guys to come down during lunchtime,
Right.
so then you can see the traffic. Um, with this traffic and stuff like that, you see, it was a green light. Now it just turned red. There's also construction. I'm doing it this way so I can get you guys into the construction and stuff. Because you see, I would recommend if you down here on this time to do for DoorDash EBT. The reason why I'm saying that, so you have that time, you don't have to worry about washing, things like that, and you'll get your money. Yeah, some people don't like EBT, but down here, right here, this construction's been going on for a while. I mean, it's been going on for over a year, and I don't know what they're doing. They just added more, moving this and that. I don't know. I'm not in that field, so I don't know. But it messes up this whole traffic and stuff, and then especially now when you have more people because of the graduation, which happened yesterday. So they're out and about too.
Okay.
You can probably see the little arrow. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying not to be so close to the car so you can see stuff, and I'm trying not to be close to the car so you don't see the people's license plates.
Right. Right.
I can't stop the license plate thing, but I just try not to be for the license plate.
I understand. I know a lot of people probably wondering why I'm talking to you and not on the screen as well. I want everybody to see a close up view of a better view on his tour because he's giving the tour. And it's just like I'm having a phone call conversation with him and I'm talking to him like that. So that's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not actually showing myself. I wanted to have the screen directly on him. This is his show. This is his tour. This is his city. You see, off and on, I will ask questions. Like I said, if anybody that's in the comment section, they're going to ask questions. I'm going to be the moderator, the admin, the owner. I'm doing everything right here in the background, in the backstage. So that's the reason why I'm in the backstage right now, talking to him from there, like I used to do when we used to be having phone conferences and all of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, just enjoy the tour in Hulk City. You can proceed on, sir.
Yeah. You see the construction, guys. This is something you're gonna have to do. And with this construction a lot too, you're gonna have tires. Your tires are gonna get beat up. Your tires are gonna get beat up. So you driving in the city and stuff with all this construction going on, you're gonna have some you're gonna have your tire have a flat tire. You're gonna have something stuck in there. It's just gonna be inevitable. You're gonna get it. So if there's a bus about it, you can't avoid it. It's not your fault that it happens. So you see, with us drivers and stuff, when you in these cities that have all this construction and you want to go down there, I didn't go because freaking it was too many cars. That's why I stayed. And then when the cars left, it turned red, so I stayed. That's why I didn't go. Um, you're gonna have your tires. Like I said, your tires gonna get beat up. So when you come here, that's why I'm saying when you do come here and stuff, you gotta watch these construction roads and stuff like that. Um, now, all right, all right. You asked me what was the thing on Guy Fieri's thing. I'm gonna show you guys. 'Cause I'm right here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. You see it says Paulie's front porch? That's what it is. That's a good mama pop place. They They have like let me put this back on here. They have burgers, chicken, stuff like that. Um, they have some fish, but it's mostly a lot of burgers, and it's not really fast food. They have a whole bunch of different trying to fix some stuff back here.
You okay, brother? You okay?
They have a whole bunch of different kind of alcohols and stuff, and the thing is cheap, but it's actually good. You know, people into alcohol and things and things like that too. It's basically it's a sports bar, but I would recommend that place for you to eat because it's actually good food. I say it's a happy hour $3. Bud Light bottles right there.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
the pizza
What's your best?
place.
Okay, he answering my question right now. Go ahead, brother.
Well, there's a pizza place right here called Eddie's, but I won't be able to stop and let you see it because I'm in the main road and there's no park spot for me to drop off. I don't have a
We understand.
co-pilot in the car to do, but it's called Eddie's Calzones. You look it up, called Eddie's Calzones in Columbia, South Carolina, 5 points, and don't show up,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see that. So they do have Mexican restaurants down here. It's fast food type. Oh, actually, I want to show you this. I want to show you this right here. I was watching a guy who did this mural. These two. You see the one right there?
Okay.
I watched him when the guy
Yes, sir. With
painted it.
Bob Marley.
Yep.
Right.
I watched him when he painted that. I also watched him when you see the people. They had the right away though. So I watched them when they also did this 5 points one too. See,
Oh, okay.
that's actually pretty neat. All right. Since I'm down here right here too, they got these fountains on St. Patrick's Day. They actually turn them green.
Really?
Yeah, you see it's purple right there. You see?
Okay. Okay.
Do you see it purple?
Yeah, I see
I
it.
don't know what I don't know what the purple is for. I don't know. That's the first time I've seen it, but I don't know what the purple. But they have a green on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So I gotta find out what that's for. I know people are like, well, what's the purple for? I'm not sure. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure what the purple's for.
Okay.
I know it's well, pink is for cancer. Um,
Okay.
can Hulk go on red over here? You see, South Carolina. I don't know if you can see it. You see, it says no turn on red. South Carolina, you can turn right on red when it's clear, unless there's a sign. See? So if you turn right on red here, there's a sign, you might get pulled over. So there's no sense of looking to see if it's clear or anything. You just wait till you get a green light, make sure nobody's crossing the street. So, but you gotta watch out for things like that. I know other cities like New York and stuff, they got one ways and stuff, and have them things like that. But you gotta look out for stuff like that. Be alert. Now we're gonna go into the university side. I'm gonna turn on Divine Street, and you see there's construction right here. So it's making
Okay.
everybody move in this lane while I'm behind this truck. You'll see it. This is called 5 points. 5 entry points to this area. That's why it's called 5 points.
Okay.
So on certain events, they actually close it down. You see, we're gonna go by another fountain here, and that one is not colored. So I don't know why they colored the other one purple and this one's not. You know.
Okay, what are your most historic sites down there besides the ones that you're showing us, like parks and stuff like that in your city?
Oh, we do have I forgot the name of it. It's on the other side, but it's a park in my city, Sesquicentennial Park. That's on Two Notch Road. Um, that's a historical site right there to go to. It's an old Indian site that they turned into a park, Sesquicentennial State Park. That's a good one right there. I might go by there
Okay,
to show you that.
okay,
So that I finish all this. So I hope that answered. There's a whole bunch of other ones, and
okay.
different other parts of the, not just in Columbia, like there's others in like Casey or so.
Uh-huh.
So
I got an idea just occurred to me. The
what's
light
up?
bulb is saying ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
I'll probably do a tour also in this city and have you do the same thing that I'm doing with you right now. You
Oh yeah.
know, just to show the sites, the historical sites, what we
Yeah.
got here as well. In case people come here and they want to know the places to go to and the best food spots to eat at, of different cuisine, cultural cuisine, where the best
Right.
Italian restaurants, authentic restaurants, you know, uh, Greek restaurants, Mediterranean, um, Mexican restaurants, the mom and pop shops, all of that. So we're just doing a variety of things like when you come in as a tourist in these cities
Mm-hmm.
and then you want to be able to make some money out of this Doordash or Walmart Spark or things like that. We want you to be able to understand the vacation mode of going into a city that may be in his city or my city. And we want to show, different historical sites and places where people go to and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
That's a great idea you came up with, man. And
Right.
it's got a lot of value, information there. Where is your visitor centers? Is they downtown or are they further away from the city?
No, it's that they're downtown. It was
Oh,
on the visitor center on Assembly Street, downtown there. It's not far from the lotto place. Where if you won big money on the lottery, you go
uh-huh.
there to pick up your earnings. There's a visitor center in that little strip right there, and that's on Assembly Street. So,
And I like burgers, so what would be the best burger joint, mom and pop burger joint that I could go to? If I was riding with you right now, you said, "Man, I got a nice little burger spot I want you to try out." Where would that actually be, or what would you suggest that we would go if we were to go there and dine there if I was with you right now?
well, besides that one place there, the other old burger spot that I do like the most is Five Guys. But
Okay,
that's not an actual mama papa, you know.
right.
Um, but that place right there that showed you that has
Uh-huh.
good burgers right there. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Now the downtown area. Now there's other places that we went to, like KC or something. There's other places, but I was just concentrating on downtown. So
Yeah, that was the project that you told me today was
yeah.
downtown. So yes, sir.
And I wanted them to see like the busiest time, and also like see we're in the university area right now. This is part of the university. All this stuff right here
Okay.
is University of South Carolina. All this right here. So
They got a game going to be this weekend. That's correct.
That's
Home
correct.
game.
At 3:30 p.m. It'll be kickoff. Now the campus is huge. They got stuff spread out all over, and that's why you see the catwalk thing over there on the top, whatever you call
Yes.
that.
Right.
Yeah, they made that they made that there for them, so they don't have to always just go there. And there's another one there. There's a big giant wellness center, so they could go over there and do some weightlifting and all that stuff. Like they work their gym. They also like right here the dorms and schools all around. This is the
Okay.
main thing because some of the stuff you can't get into because of you have to walk to it.
Okay. We're gonna take a
So this,
station identification right quick. We're gonna check in the chat right now. I'm gonna go ahead and read the chat off. I'm gonna come back in for a minute
yeah,
and see both of us so I can do the chat right quick because there's been some stuff
oh
I've been
yeah,
seeing that they've been talking about. TFT said, Tasha said, I like doing my W-2 as well as DoorDash, and on the side, it's like a balance for me. A lot of drivers that are part-time drivers out here that works for them. TFT said the only thing this W-2 DoorDash stuff has done in my market is it took our Dash Anytime feature away. Imagine that, man, not having, Dash Anytime. You can Dash
yeah,
now, but there's a difference between Dash now and Dash Anytime. How
that's
do you
right.
feel about that?
Well, that kind of like puts a little damper in his money because you see, dash any time is say I'm in this zone, right? When I
Right.
go across when I go across Blossom Street Bridge, I'm in a different zone.
Okay.
Okay, because sometimes I have to go pick up something, and then I end up in a different zone. Instead of me driving back to the zone, I could just end my dash and then dash in that zone. That's dashing any time. That's what he's talking about. Dash now is when
Right.
you can only do it when it says dash now, and
Right.
when the thing comes on dash now. See, this is Assembly Street right here. I'm going to, and we
Okay.
headed over there to the actual Williams Stadium.
Okay.
But
Well, all
anyway,
right.
that's what he was talking about. The difference between dash anytime and dash now.
Right. Right. Well, I'm getting ready to put you back on solo again. I just wanted to step in
Oh
and
no,
read those
there's
comments
some
that
more questions. Yeah, you can do
no,
more
no,
questions.
yeah, but they didn't have too many questions in here. So I went to the statement and seen what they were saying.
Okay.
Gig Hustler, he tapped in and said, I've been doing it for years. Sometimes I forget here and there. We was talking about the earlier about my experience with the drinks when you ordering the drinks with the menu. When you
Mm-hmm.
ordering it without ice, they changing the cups on you due to you're not ordering ice, so they reducing the size of the cups. You know, that was a strange experience because people, they're paying for their food,
Right.
and you got that regular drink that comes with that food. You're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to have that balance there. That's part of the shrinkflation that you and I had talked about. And I was mentioning in my city that they do it. This is one of the many things that they do. You know, I talked to my family about it. They had that strong opinion that, you know, people might be trying to find new ways so they can, manipulate the cash register in their favor by doing stuff like that. I said, well, that's crazy if they didn't started doing it that way. So it's crazy, man. How,
I don't know
we
if you
got,
can see it, but it's not
okay, let
right
me
right
pull
over
you up.
here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but right over
Yeah,
there, right
yep,
here.
so,
That's why I wish I had a second person with me to actually hold
right,
the phone
right,
because this is the state fair. You probably won't see it because my thing is in the way. Um, and that's my light, but I'm probably the state fair is right here. That happens next week, October 9th to the 20th. What that
okay,
is amusement. It's a amusement park. It has rides, games, food. Um, entertainment. When I mean by entertainment, people will be like doing juggling acts. People will still, they're gonna have people singing and stuff like that. So it's gonna be fun. They have military appreciation days and stuff over here. So if you're military, you get that day. The first day is always the cheapest day to do. Um, but it's something to get to and go to. There's a whole bunch of different places to park um, on there. But also right here, it's gonna be crazy. They should be here, so they can do it. I will do it because I can see it. I can see where they have they have the stuff set up and over here. Well, you can't see it. I'll see if I can.
Uh-huh.
I'll see if I can pull over. Okay. I'm gonna pull over right here. So I'm out of the way. Safe. Okay. All right. All right. You see over there? You see the people? I don't know if you will see it good, but that's where a lot of the people are camping out at because they got to put up all their stuff.
For the
You know,
fair. Okay.
for the fair. Yeah.
Right.
Now there are people who are inside these gates that stay there too, but they stay out there as well. So I will be trying to go and see this game. Yeah. So I wish go out there and see right here. See, there's one of the entrances for the state fair. It'd be packed. They'd be having it that both sides where that cars will go this way and that way. They'll be having it crazy to try to get in this. That's one of
Right.
them right there.
Right.
Yeah. So this is gate 6. Gate 6. So, okay. So we're gonna go by the stadium. Was talking about
Okay.
for the game. See this road right here I was on is called 70th Street. This road,
Okay.
how I'm going, the game's over there. The stadium's over there. This road will be take you towards the game and direct you that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you can see it, there's the stadium right there. That's Williams-Brice Stadium. Okay.
Okay.
That looks like an actual NFL stadium, don't it? But it's a college stadium. So I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
Yeah, we can see it. That's the reason why I went back to solo so they could get a better view. And it's just
Right.
like I'm talking to you, but yet
Right.
I'm right there in the passenger seat with you.
Right.
That's the view I wanted the viewers to see. We both want the viewers to see. Like on
Right.
this ride along, you're in the passenger seat with me, and we having a conversation. That's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why it's on solo, and that's the reason why they can see a better view versus both
Right.
of us on the screen.
Right. See over here, I'm gonna try to show you if I can see. All right, here's another entrance of the park. Absolutely. So that's the state park here. I'm trying to see if I can get to the front, but it's on the main road there, and I want to try to be safe about it as I can. All this right
Right.
here is part of USC. All this is part of USC. Those buildings, I can show you this building right here. This building is huge. I
Okay.
mean, this building right there, that's part of USC. That's actually a dormitory. That's where the USC students live,
Okay.
right there. They got stuff way down there too. We're on Bluff Road. It's called. This is called Bluff Road.
Okay.
Uh, so this road right here also will be controlled. So if you're on Bluff Road, get stuck on Bluff Road, forget about it. You're gonna have to just you'll be stuck. So so here we go. I don't know if you can see, but
Yes, we can
I'm
see it.
gonna okay. So you see the little roller coaster and stuff. I'm not gonna
Yes.
go in there because I'm not allowed in there.
Right.
And that guy looking at me now, but I'm gonna show y'all that. Yeah.
Man, I had a crazy situation. You just reminded me of it. Um, I had took a Grubhub order, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it was at the Federal Correction Institute.
Right.
And it was an experience, man. I
Oh
want to
yeah.
share today on your show today.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to drop the order off, right? And I'm glad that I wasn't able to take the picture. It glitched
Mm-hmm.
out. So they was actually trying to watch and see was I gonna hold the camera to take a picture. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the officers showed up on the scene, and said, "What are you doing? You can just leave the package right there, and you can get ready to go." I said, "No, sir. I'm trying to complete the order,
Right.
and I need to call, driver care." And as I was calling
Right.
driver care, I was telling them I couldn't take a picture, and he went ahead and he explained to them that I was on federal property and that you cannot take pictures or record on their premises.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $250,000 fine and plus 10 years to be in prison. And at the
Mm-hmm.
time you take that picture or recording, you get detained on the spot. On the spot. So I asked her, could you help me out with this situation, please? Because this was my first time having this type of experience as a delivery driver or rideshare driver. So it was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? So I could have simply took a picture and they could have had put them handcuffs on me. It was a federal prison right here in Memphis here. So, I wanted to share that with my drivers and the drivers here in this city. If they happen to get that order going there, be sure not to take a picture of their facility. Go ahead immediately and call Doordash support or Uber Eats or Grubhub or whatever platform you own. Let them know that I need some assistance with this. This is a very special and touchy situation. Can't take a picture here due to this circumstance.
Now
So
I'm
what do
glad you
you?
didn't take a picture.
Yeah, I am too, bro. I wouldn't be doing the show today either.
Oh no. Yeah, you would. You would just do it in jail. You'd be like, hey, you do it in jail, man. I said, hey, I gotta have the pictures you in jail now, man. What's going on? Know that revolution locked up. What the hell?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I
I
wanted to
don't wish
share
that
that.
on. I don't wish that on nobody though.
Yeah, I know that's right. But I wanted to share that because there had been new drivers out there that didn't know. I didn't know, and I'm a veteran driver, right? And could have
Mm-hmm.
easily got the tank. But he
Right.
was pretty nice about it and everything. He wasn't mean or nothing about it. He said, "I
Right.
understand you didn't know and they didn't know either." So
Mm-hmm.
I had him to talk to her because she was giving me a little difficulty about it,
See.
and I let him go ahead and explain to her what would happen to me if I proceeded on trying to take that picture.
Okay. What I'm doing now, I'm gonna take y'all into Greek Village's car. That's where all the fraternities and stuff are. For sororities and the frat houses. I like how they did this setup because everything's in one location.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's all right here. I just went through the back door. That's all. Okay. I didn't go through the front door. I went through the back door.
Okay.
Okay. You as delivery drivers. Okay. It don't matter. These people don't know where they stay at. I'm just gonna say it like that. Okay. They'll tell you one thing, and it's not where they are at. So you have to keep in contact with them. A lot of them are new. That's why. A lot of freshmen, so they won't know. A lot of freshmen are the ones that be using this platform a lot too. Well, others too, but a lot of freshmen be using it too because they can't have their car. They're not allowed to have a vehicle here um, as a freshman in University of South Carolina. They're not allowed to have one. So they have to count on rideshare and other people that they hook up with.
Right.
Okay, there's another spot I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go to the front door. All right. So it's all gated. Here's the fun store. This is called Lincoln Street, but this is Greek Village right here. See if there's a sign. Oh, well, you probably won't see it because of what's going on. You won't be able to see it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I could go and walk up there to see it. As soon as I can park. I want you to see the sign and stuff. So I'm gonna get out my car and go up there.
Okay.
So let's see. Okay. Okay.
Pick the camera up, brother, so we can see the view. We're looking at the ground and sidewalk right now. I don't think he heard. Might be a reason he's doing that as well. Can you hear me, Hulk? Can't hear him. Can't hear him either.
Front door.
There you
This is
go.
front end. That's why.
Unmute yourself, Hulk. Let me unmute him. Unmute yourself, Hulk. He can't hear me. He unmuted himself. Let me see. Go ahead, Hulk. I don't hear him. Let's see. Oh man.
Are you there?
Yeah, you had accidentally hit the mute button. I was trying to unmute you.
I probably acted. Yeah. My
Yeah,
bad.
it's no problem, brother. Like I said, those things happen.
It's
Go ahead.
sensitive. Yeah. It's sensitive. But I was saying that I kept it to the ground so that I won't get people on the camera
Yeah,
because
yeah,
here's a two-party state,
right.
and well, he crossed my path. I can't do nothing about it. It's a two-party
Right.
state,
Mm-hmm.
and she did too. So I can't. You
Mm-hmm.
can't put people on cameras or take pictures of them without their knowledge. If they see you, that you did that because we are a public platform. You don't know who's
Right.
watching who.
Right.
They can actually get you in trouble. That's why I kept it to the ground. So
Okay.
then that way I want to get people on camera.
Right. I'll work on some of them certain spots there and see what I could do about that. This is I'm gonna have to check, make sure before I say anything about my state. I don't want to give out the wrong information.
Yeah. So I know this state. So that's why I want to let people know when you come here. A lot of us are content creators. You gotta make sure to get the other person's thing.
Consent.
Now if they cross into you, I guess you can't really do much if they cross into your path. But don't like try to get them and directly get on them because
Right.
like those two students did. I mean, we'll try to do something with that this case, but you can't really help that when you're doing a live stream. People gonna cross. Like when we had stoplights and stuff, and people go across, they're gonna
Right.
cross
Right.
your path. Yeah.
Right.
So when you're doing ride-alongs, you got to do that too.
Right.
because just because there's an accident, you might get somebody who look at your show or and they tell, hey man, you was on this person's show, the DoorDash Revolution. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you on camera. I ain't on no camera. Yeah, you are. And that's all it takes.
You know what? That's a good point to illustrate um, to content creators, not just me, but to all content creators in our niche. When we do these things, you know, I had a couple of people brought it up once before. You know, I know for a fact if you're out in Germantown or Collierville, they will tell you real quick. You know, I don't want no, you know, recording on my property, this and that. Pictures, they know we got to take pictures of the app itself. That's they know. It's not like they don't know. They know about that. But just
Mm-hmm.
like he said, doing recordings and ride-alongs, you know, showing, you know, pictures of the houses. You know, I think I had a few videos that I did do that in. Some of them may be, you know, private now, and there are others I'm still, you know, probably editing because I'm doing a channel audit of my channel, and I suggest that all content creators do a channel audit of their own channel. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the more you do this thing, do content creators, the more you're going to learn. Because all you're doing right now is just, you know, I'm doing content. I'm doing content. I want to do the things I'm passionate about. You know, we don't know all the, you know, things about what's going on with YouTube, and a lot of us learning as we go. And we have to go back to those channels and do a channel audit. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we dot our I's, cross our T's, pause at our commas, stop at our periods. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know for sure when we go in those areas, the wealthier neighborhoods, you got to be mindful, especially when you're doing content. You know, showing that you go into their
Mm-hmm.
doorstep and all of that stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right here it's called the Colonial Life Arena. Okay. A lot of places have these. What this is, I'm going to try to park somewhere so I can actually show you this. Okay.
Okay.
What the Colonial Life Arena is, it does different events. It does concerts, sporting events. Um, it's the home of the basketball team of the Gamecocks, women and the men.
Okay.
Okay. Not far from here, also, they have a convention center place too. I'm going to go and stay right here and I'm going to walk up there. I don't mind walking. Gets me out of the car. Certain things I don't mind walking to because I'm out of the way.
Right. Okay. Straight on that part there.
All right. What I did, what I did was I switched to speakerphone. That's what I didn't do. It was still on Bluetooth, so it kept on hitting the mic button for me. So that's what happened. That's why you thought I was hitting the mic button.
I
So
understand. I
yeah.
understand. Yeah, I understand.
All right. I'm gonna take it out there. So there's a whole bunch of wrestling fans. There's also bare knuckle fighting that was here too. That's actually a good sporting event to go look at. You guys into like grave digger and stuff like that? They got that here as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can go
Okay.
inside. I won't be able to go inside, but I can see it out there, right there.
Okay.
I probably could. I probably could go inside, but I don't want to
Yeah.
chance it.
No, you will want to get permission to let them know that you're doing it on their premises.
Yeah. So, all I'm gonna show you this nice fountain over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, that's nice there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, people, the NBA. This is one of our basketball blades for the women.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's her right there. She made a statue for us.
Okay.
That's her. Made a statue. There she is right there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's one of our greats. See? I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to back up so I can actually let you guys see. It says Florida Mascherino on it. See right there. I don't know if y'all can see. That's the front of the building.
That's a good view right there. That's a good view. That is a good view.
So,
Do it. Yeah, that's a good view. That's a good view.
okay, what else you wanted me to say? You was to say something, brother.
No. I thought about it. I forgot I was on this device. By not having 3 devices, man, it handicaps me because I
Okay.
did so much with my 3 devices. Without that
Right.
3rd device, I'd be like, man, I missed that 3rd
Okay.
device. Cause see, I could do other things instead of trying to do it all on one device.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, they'll get you for jaywalking here too. Okay, they'll get you for jaywalking here too. They don't play. That's why
Okay.
you. That's why I hit that button that showed you the buttons.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See that hand? I don't know if you can see it. It's red.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta wait till it turns green.
Okay.
Then they have the timer. See?
That's right.
Well, it's not green, but it's like a silver. But then it'll go into a timer after a little bit.
Right.
Oh, see? There you go. The timer.
Yeah, we got that here too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, most major cities do.
yeah. So when you go here, man, downtown, they will get you. They might give you a warning if they see you out of town, but it depends on the cop. But they could give you a ticket for jaywalking. You don't want to come back here to pay no ticket or go to court. Basically, just say, "Hey, man, I didn't know," whatever. You're gonna end up paying the ticket online because you ain't gonna want to drive back here, especially if you're 4,000 miles away.
Right.
You ain't gonna want to come back here.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna show you that USC thing right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my AC off. Let
Oh,
the
you
women
told?
back down. I just turning it off. You got to run your gas when you do that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
I didn't want it too noisy because we have these 18 wheelers going up and down the highway, and then my little usually when I do live streams over here, the fire department used to always be pulling out with them sirens. So we had that earlier before I went live.
So, okay. So now we're gonna discuss some stuff. As a thing. There's
Okay.
more to the city, but it's better for me to walk and park. I'm
Right.
gonna try to do it as I'm driving, so I know it's probably a little boring.
No.
But
It's a good view that we doing. This is something we're gonna do more of because I'm quite sure you got more places, and we limited of
yeah,
time. We limited of time, but we can do it in a series because the light bulb just kicked on, and I said, I can do it too. I did it with Stacks Museum but I also got some permission because I talked to the city directors and stuff. Usually
Yeah.
they be out at them events and the event coordinator. So when I go out there, I try to communicate with them and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me information of who I need to talk to. City council is involved in a lot of that stuff here in my city. So there's a protocol we have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Even the news channel had to go through that protocol here as well. And I got a
Mm-hmm.
chance to talk to some of the people on the news staff on Channel 3 News and all of that. And they gave me some powerful information and insight. Because when I saw him, I asked about the protocols and how do you get in? You can't just up and do, recordings and all of that. And they gave me some, valuable information, as a content creator when you going out here doing events. Who you
Mm-hmm.
got to meet, and they gave me cards of the people I need to talk to and all of that to get the okay. So yeah.
I'm gonna go over here real quick and show you this convention center.
Mm-hmm.
Because this convention center, you know, where they have that what is it called? GitCon.
Right.
You can use this convention center right here for GitCon. Okay, the
Okay.
convention center right here. Right, they use it for all kind of different conventions. My favorite convention here is Comic Con. I am a anime freak, geek, you want to call it. I don't care. I love anime. I go here pretty much every year for Comic Con when I can. And I'm going to show you the front of the building.
All right.
But this
Are
is
you
a spot right here. This is a spot right here that we could have GitCon. I could get
okay?
more information about the convention center.
Okay. Okay. He sounds like a robot. He having some interference right now, ladies and gentlemen. He might be switching his Bluetooth as well. No, I can't hear you. You sound like a robot right now, though. You sound like a robot. You still sound like a robot.
Yeah,
Oh,
before. So I'm trying to
there you
do
go.
this quick.
You good? Yeah, you still having problem. He's off the screen. He's off the screen right now. He'll be right back. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't mute. These things happen. So if these things happen when we doing live streaming, it's happening when we are also on these apps, and these apps have low signal and everything like that. And we can lose orders versus, I had a situation, matter of fact, I was I was on a Grubhub order. I was heading to Bogies. All right, when I went to Bogies, all of a sudden, the app crashed on me. Now, it was still in the system, but it wasn't showing on my end. So I didn't want to uninstall and reinstall while I'm on the active delivery. This is for new drivers. Us veteran drivers know what to do. You don't panic. You get in touch with, if you're on Grubhub driver care, Doordash, driver support, Uber Eats, same thing. You got to still do the same thing. Reach out to them, let them know that you're having a problem with your app. You're in a low signal area right now. You're on the current delivery. You want to see, do you still have that order, on their side of the fence? And if you are on the radar on their side of the fence, but on your side, you can't finish the confirmation steps in order to pick up the order and said that I confirmed the order. Now I'm navigating to the drop-off location. I had that problem yesterday, and he's showing it live in living color, the complications that we have. So, though, you got to keep in mind as well, the problems that you will have live streaming in certain areas will be the problems you will have also doing deliveries on these apps, these glitches and all of that. So he's right now trying to work. Hold on, I got a new comment. Let me see. That might be him telling me that he's backstage. Yeah, he's backstage. I got it. He should be ready now. All right,
All right,
there you
cool.
go.
All right. All right, good. All right.
All right, let's pull him back up on the solo
Columbia
screen.
Metropolitan Convention Center. All right. This is where they do all kinds of different events. They have Comic Con. That's one of them. They have actually, if you job fairs, they have them there too. So if you want to host a job fair and stuff, or some kind of movement, you want to go there, you can do that. You can use that convention center for that.
Okay. Now with Comic Con.
It's actually a pretty neat thing. It's in the
Okay.
heart of downtown,
Okay.
so you know you got your hotels, restaurants, and stuff, and walking distance. So you don't really need a car really if you're gonna walk. Because everything's like a walking distance.
Right.
So
Do you collect comic books? Are you a comic book collector? I think he's switching back and forth. I don't think you hear me.
yeah, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was asking you, do you collect comic books? You know, I'm a comic book collector. I still have quite a few, and I pass my stuff down to my son. And sometimes we go to them comic cons, you know, and trade out
Hold on.
books or get money for them as well.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of my comic books. I gave a lot to my daughter, so she
Mm-hmm.
can have some,
Right.
and I still have a whole bunch
Okay.
of my own. But yeah, you can trade in. Um, when we went to Comic Con last year, we saw Teddy Long. He used to be with the WWE as he was the SmackDown general manager at one time for the
Right.
WWE.
Right.
We actually saw him. We saw the Big Show. Um, Triple H came by.
Right.
What's some of the girls? I'm trying to remember some of the girls. Shoot, what's that girl? Molly Holly or whatever that Molly Holly chick. She was
No.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we saw a lot of people who got some autographs that
Okay.
came too.
Okay.
If you're really a Star Trek fan, they actually got. I mean, people probably know they actually got. If you like to be a Klingon, they got it that you can talk the language just like a Klingon and stuff like that. They got Star Wars, all that stuff.
Okay.
Transformers, GI Joe. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to do your cosplay? They
Mm-hmm.
have all that stuff. Your favorite anime. Some people come as a Pokemon and everything like that. So
Right.
now what we're gonna do? We're gonna discuss stuff. You can take me over solo, so
Okay.
we can discuss some things. I'm gonna take you guys to a spot. See, we're not gonna drive. We're not gonna work down here. I'm just showing you down here to get y'all
Right.
better, and also to kind of like, okay, watch your rodeo, the watch your guy and stuff. If they want to do GetCon, they can come down to Columbia. That's
Okay.
also I was doing that too, so they can have other spots to come to if they want to try. Um,
Right.
what we're gonna talk about also is like what you know certain
Sound.
spots. What kind
Right.
of tools? What kind of tools would you have on hand that you have on hand to help you look for certain spots? Okay, so okay, you have a phone. Okay, it has a map, Google Maps. You have Waze too. But I'm used to Google Maps, so I'm going to say about Google Maps. On
Right.
Google Maps, right? You can go on Google Maps, do satellite view, and find restaurants and areas. It can show you the different restaurants around the area. It'll also show you buildings around that area as well. And the type of
Uh-huh.
buildings are the type of build. What's up? You talking
No,
to me?
I was laughing. I was laughing at somebody. It was hilarious what they were wearing.
Oh, yeah. So
Uh,
sometimes you might not know. So you down here, but you don't really know what's going on down here. So
hmm
you can put Google Maps on and get
Okay.
a bird's eye view from satellite view. You know, and that'll show you a lot of the different stores, a lot of the different buildings and stuff around your area.
Okay.
That could give you some kind of anchor point, which I'm gonna get into a little bit. Anchor points, are areas like an anchor. It keeps something steady in one certain spot. Well, an anchor point would be the University of South Carolina. That could be a good anchor point because the University of South Carolina, they have a whole bunch of students around the
Right.
area. So they're gonna want some food. They're gonna want rides. So they're gonna cater to those students. So they're gonna have bars. They're gonna have sports stuff. They're gonna have different places to shop. They even have a place for the Gamecocks, so you can get all the Gamecocks merchandise. They actually got stores for that too. See,
Right.
people. So I'm gonna talk about down here. Um, they also it'll probably show you on there. Okay, they got like a museum or something.
Right. Right.
Okay, so around that museum, they're gonna have housing and they're gonna have stores and things like that. So that would be another anchor point. They do have a food line down here. I think we passed it on at the 5 points. I don't know if y'all saw it, but we did
hmm
pass a food line. That's and it has a shopping strip. Okay, that's a supermarket. So that could be also an anchor point. But the main anchor point for down here, it's a business area. The University of South Carolina is like a major one because there's going to be a lot of students and stuff around. So they're going to have a
Right.
lot of stuff catering for them.
Right.
They also, so when you also say you're in the rural area, that's where we're going to go. We're going to a suburban areas and stuff. So we're going to go out of downtown, you know. So
hmm
downtown, you're in Columbia, South Carolina. You come down here, you go downtown, you go to Hulksmash here. Okay, what anchor points would you look for and stuff there? You know, so you know where the restaurants would be at. You,
Right.
you know, you can put on your app. You can put on your app also for Doordash, the
Right.
customer app, and you just drop the thing. It'll just show restaurants around that area. You can do that for the customer side. Yes, you can do that too. But
Right.
you might not be no sure. So I would use my Google Map first and the customer app to triangulate stuff. It'll also have on there popular restaurants, in that area. The most popular, the most 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever. It'll show that on the map. It'll also show that on your your platform you want to work for.
Right.
So if you're in the suburb there, okay, areas like that, you want to go by like schools, you know, school areas, they have a whole bunch of people living around there. So a school would be one of the things. A mall, you know, there's a mall around the area I'm going to be taking because that's the area we're going to be working at. There's a mall there called Village of Sandhills. They got a whole bunch of stuff there, stores and restaurants and stuff there. So you can do a plenty of different apps. But around the surrounding areas, there are actually restaurants and stuff too. So if you just talk about DoorDash, there's a lot of restaurants around that on the outskirts of that mall too. There's also schools right there. I said that too. What else can you do while you're looking? What else you think you could do, D-Rev, while you're looking in the area that you never been into? What else you think you could do?
Me, what I normally do, I do my landmarks. They pretty much, like you said, anchor points. You know,
Mm-hmm.
most places, like Walmart. Walmart is a good anchor spot. Some
Mm-hmm.
places is Home Depot. If
Mm-hmm.
not, I usually go in the Google Maps and I can hit those addresses in those areas. I
Mm-hmm.
also look for your top 10 um, cultural cuisine, like your Italian, your Mexican, and your Greek restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
of different, culture, Indian restaurants
Right.
in different culture and everything. So what I do from there, I look at the top 5 in that city or
Right.
whatever on which platform, because each platform is different. Because you got
Right.
Grubhub diners, your Uber Eats diners, and
Right.
your DoorDash diners, and you go to where they order and which places they order from the most. And that thing can also be seasonal because it changed seasonal as well. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would do, and everything if I'm new. Because I went out of town once, but it was so small, even the areas
Right.
that I went to, and plus it was daytime. It usually be popping at night, you
Right.
see. So it was lunchtime. So really, it wasn't any money in that area,
I got
but
you.
for those few drivers that knew what was going on.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good points right there, brother. And you can do that. You can do that in any state. You know, you don't have to like live in that state to use that as advice to work the apps. I could go to your state and use that advice you just said, what we said, and I should be able to work my apps.
Right,
I'm not
right,
going to the app now the app's going to have to get used to you because you're not in that state. So the app's going to have to get used to you. See, that's another thing we don't call. The app's going to have to get used to you. What I mean by that is since you're in a different state, the app's used to you in that state. The
right,
algorithm. You
right,
go into a new state, you're going to be a new person in the algorithm. So you're gonna have to reset your app, update your app, or whatever you have to do. And that's
right.
another video that we already did. Go to the video to find those out. So then you
Mm-hmm.
can get your app acclimated to the state. That's the very first thing you should do when you go to a different state. Or if you are in the same state, you are in a different city. Like I go down to Charleston, South Carolina. That's in the Low Country. They don't know me there. I'm in the same state. I'm gonna have to activate my app for that city of that state
Right. That's right. That's correct.
because the AI is. I'm used to Columbia, Lexington, Irmo, Blackfoot, all that areas like that. Shaping, all that areas like that. Forest Drive area, all that areas like that. But when I go down to Charleston, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna it's gonna take a little bit. Then you're gonna have glitches because it's trying to do it for you. But if you do it first, you won't. You could take some of those glitches out, and
Right.
the glitches are is just trying to update itself as you're moving because it says, "Oh, this is a new driver." Oh, okay, and sometimes in those other cities, you know, you might not have the same type of program. Now, there are some states that you have a program here, and then you go to another city in that same state, and there's a different type of program. So that's why when you go to some place, you're gonna want to update your phone, update your apps, all the apps you think about using, update them all in that place that you're gonna work. You know, if you're not gonna work in that place, don't update until you get to the place because then you're gonna have to update it again. So you might as well
Right.
just do it one time. So
Right.
that's why. So with these tips like that, you know, you could go and work other states. You might have to understand the rule and the rules of the road, um, everybody is a driver. They know how to drive, so you understand. You want to ask permission to turn lanes. You don't want to shift the lane, so you want to go put your blinker on and do that. I'm just doing some little analogy stuff.
Right.
Simple driving stuff. So you understand that, but now you have to try to get used to yourself. Try to get used to the mentality of the people driving. Like I was explaining here, these people don't care. They'll just run into you or whatever, and some don't even have driver's license. I mean, they're not driver's license, they don't even have insurance. So then you stop. And if you're in a different state and they don't have any driver's license insurance, then you stop. Not them, brother, until you take them to court.
Yeah, we're back on now, brother. I had some complications just then,
Oh,
but
that's
we
fine.
good. We good to go now.
Yeah, that's fine.
All
So,
right.
so what I'm doing is I'm going to take you guys to where we're going to actually work tomorrow because we're
Okay.
not going to work downtown. Okay.
Right. Go ahead, Hope.
Oh well, that's what I was gonna do that. So any people? Well, I don't see nobody. No comments. So what areas that you might want to look at too when you're going to a different place? You want to try to look up stuff on areas that might be not good to travel and visit, being alone. So those areas right there, you can just look it up, Google search it and stuff like that. Do a little research. There are areas that have troublesome areas that you might not want to visit or be around on certain parts of the day for your
Right.
own safety.
Right.
You know, if you know somebody that's there because you come to visit family or friends, that's good. That's good right there because then they can tell you the stuff like that. But if you just want to travel on your own, and do your own thing, it's good too. But you just got to do a lot more research because you don't want to be caught in a situation that you're not maybe ready for, I would say, or
Right.
anything like that. You don't want to be caught in a
Right.
situation that you have to defend yourself and all this other stuff. But we all want everybody to go home the same way you left your home,
Right. Right.
with all your fingers and toes and everything intact.
Exactly. Safety is priority when we doing this type of job, and awareness and being vigilant of our surroundings, people behavior patterns when it's getting ready to get erratic. You know, you got to have yourself on guard. Because it can happen at any moment, at any time, and it's very unpredictable. This was a good show, very good show today. He's going to take us down to where he's going to be at tomorrow, where you can pick these orders and all of that. On the screen. I'm gonna do a little bit more advertising on it in the community posts, and we're gonna let people, know what's going on. I know they looked at it, they said, "Wow, it look like they may not get to show off today." We got to show off. It's just sometimes you got to take care of your most important things, which is family. Family is first, you know. And you see how he handling his show today. So that's a reason for that. Because it might be a day that something may happen to me, an emergency or whatever, and the show can still go on the road. I just said, look, man, I just get the show going, and you can take it from there. And he know what to do. As you can see today, he know what to do. This was a great ideal concept strategy plan, for viewers. I wanted not to be on the panel, but more so in the backstage where I can concentrate on doing my admin work, owner's work, and as well as a moderator. You see in the live chat. And I am going to be the guy doing the moderate that day tomorrow. And the door is going to be open. I'm not going to have the subscriber mode on, even though it was only on for 20 minutes. You know, you got people that don't want to subscribe, but you've been subscribing, trying to do channel audits of this channel, and then you unsubscribe. So they trying to say, well, we ain't going to subscribe when he tells us to subscribe. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, see, there will be times we will put those restrictions on there. But tomorrow we want to have them doors open. Cause they open, I'm going to be even more stricter. You know, you might beg for me to put it in subscriber mode. I'm going to be stricter. We're not going to have all that outburst of questions and outburst of trolling. You're going to see how I'm going to handle the live chat tomorrow. You know, so we got some rules that, you know, when you hit comments, it tell you what those rules is. To be civil and respectful, stick with the topic, you see, and you read and see what the number third one said, but stick to the topic of the show. You know, don't try to, you know.
Hit me on solo real quick because there's something I want to show you that you don't like.
Okay, here we go. There you go. And hold on. Why is it lag?
There you go.
All
Look
right.
at that. Sign. Remember? Okay. That is the Whataburger. I'm gonna go a little bit over here. That's the Whataburger that, if everybody remembers, that had the groundbreaking.
Right.
Okay, this is the building now. They got the building up and running. Let me see right there.
Oh, that's nice. Let's
I
go
mean,
ahead
it's
and
not
see
up and
that.
running. It's not up and running, but they got the building up.
Okay.
Okay, they're doing stuff still for it, but
What day is the grand
it's
opening?
supposed to be next month.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the exact date next month.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be next month if everything goes right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do the front of it
Mm-hmm.
real quick here because this is okay. I just wanted y'all to see this part because this is part of the show that we was doing. This is gonna be part two. They're gonna do the opening, the grand opening. Is gonna be the next thing for this building.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I just want you to see that part. I'm gonna now I'm gonna take you guys too. Now you can take me off solo. We can both talk if you want, because it's gonna take a little bit. This is right here is Killing Vogue, called Killing Vogue. As you can see, it is my favorite Chick-fil-A. That's a lot of money right there I get off of there. You got the McDonald's across the street. Um, you got a collision place right there. You got an actual power, a manufacturing plant. I don't know if you can really see it. It's called Train, the air conditioning. They actually got a manufacturing plant right here. You got a bunch of car dealerships. I should have went inside. That way you could see the clothing thing. But I'll do it on the way back. But this one right here is gonna be one of the roads that we're gonna do our Doordash in. See, I don't know if y'all can see on that side, but I'll go through the Kroger shopping plaza on the way back. And then I'll be the rest of the tour. But this is actually where we're gonna be at.
Okay. Okay.
This way we're gonna be down here, Two Knots Road. We're gonna be down also in all the areas that we might end up in Elgin. We might end up over that way too.
Right.
But this is the main road that I travel right here. And this road right here, it changes. It changes from Killing to Clemson Road. Now I'll show you where it changes from Killing to Clemson. It's right here, matter of fact. When you go across the light, it'll be Clemson Road. So when they say Clemson Road, the landmark is that car wash right there. That's not gonna go anywhere. I can't really tell the other thing because of the cars. But that's a landmark right there to tell you, okay, you're gonna be switching from Killing Road to Clemson Road or Clemson Road to Killing Road. So that landmark, that car wash landmark right there, because it's on that side, you can see. So, and you see, and you're gonna see the sign probably I'm driving, but it said Clemson Road on it. There's also a hospital. Well, it's not. It's like a urgent care clinic. So they do have bed in the hospital beds in it, but it's not like a big giant hospital. But it is a they could do a lot of stuff in here. So that's also a landmark right there. It's on the left hand side that you see. We're gonna be getting into schools. We're gonna be going to the school zones. Okay, school zones. You gotta be careful in school zones. I don't know if people know, but in school zones, when it says a certain speed, you want to do that. They do. They do enforce here school zone speed limits during school hours.
Right.
So you wanna make sure, and also school zones, you can be caught a lot of traffic. Plus, as you can see on these lights, the reason why I did this road because it has a whole bunch of lights. You want to try to do back roads and stuff to try to get out from those lights. From that part, from Killing Road to the Clemson Road, there's a bunch of lights. And once you get over from Clemson Road, you got a straightaway, which we're on now.
Right.
It's gonna be a light later on down over there on hard scrabble, but you don't get no light into there. But over there, where it was at on Killing Road, there's a bunch of lights. Boom, 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 boom. There's a school zone right here.
Right.
All right. It's 232 school zones in section. So it's 25 miles an hour. School zone.
Right. Yeah,
And
it's very,
and school zone.
it's very imperative. I'm glad you mentioning that because that's part of the challenge that we all face and we can relate to. Those school zones
Mm-hmm.
he's talking about. Not only that, when you picking up deliveries, dropping them off at the school, okay, you got to be
Mm-hmm.
mindful during school hours about there's a procedure these schools have about and rules about them not ordering food while they doing school hours. We have to
You
be
saw?
mindful of
Did
that.
everybody saw that? How that car just cut me off into my lane?
Yes, sir.
Did, okay, you see, that's what I'm talking about. No blinking. Okay, he didn't ask permission to come in my lane. He just went in my lane. Okay, that's what happens when you just be aggressive and just want to go in somebody's lane when there was nothing really in front of you. You can still stay in your lane. Then he went and cut the other car off in the other lane. See, isn't that familiar in the gig world? What's going on? Go to people's lanes and just cut people off in other people's lanes. If your lane is straight, stay in your lane. You don't have to go in somebody else's lane. That's when a lot of animosity comes in. I just wanted to bring that up because that's the analogy of what's going on with the gig world. Is people going on to people's lanes and not asking permission.
Right,
And then
right,
that's when a lot of this animosity comes
right,
in this gig space right now in our community. Just like that car there. It's on there. You can rewind it. Boom. If I was an aggressive driver, we could have had an accident because I didn't want him in my lane. But he cut it right in front of me, no blinker. That's what happens in this world. right now in this space. People is doing that. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't care. And then you're
Right.
causing a lot of animosity. See, I'm a little upset because you cut. I shouldn't be, but it is because you see, he could have caused an accident. He could have hit me, clipped me, and then we would have had an accident because he was too impatient. But I'm glad we didn't have an accident. So go on. I'm sorry. I just want to bring
No,
that
no,
up
no,
and
no,
bring that
no,
to the
no,
kickboard.
no, because it flashed across the screen. I remember seeing an object flash across the screen. That's when you said, "Hold up, wait a minute. Let me deal with this live time right now." That's the beauty of live stream ride-alongs, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be times he's going to cut me off for situations such as that because right then at the moment, this is what's prevalent. This is what's relevant. This is what's priority. What's happening right now. We discussing that. This is what the challenges is all about. What we face in real time in our day to day, so customers and merchants and even the platform itself can understand what its drivers go through in the middle of the run traffic right there. That's very important. We got to keep in mind. We got to do defensive driving, technical parking. You see, and multi-apping. I got to add this in the equation because a lot of drivers and other content creators are talking about it's dangerous to live stream. If you got your setup right and everything, and just like we got two guys right here on the panel, a host and a co-host, to where I'm right now is in and out in the backstage dealing with the live chat. I'm paying attention to everything in the live chat. He's driving, he's taking care of what he's taking care of. You have any questions for him? I could put them up on the screen or I may address them, but I'm not going to interrupt him while he's doing his show unless it's an important topic that needs to be talked about at the heat of the moment. And then I may, let him know. I say, I got a few things or station identification. We're going to go into comments and check things out. The thing that's going on in our space that needs to stop, and I'm going to elaborate what he's talking about, people stepping into people lanes, going on people channels, disrespecting people channels, trolling people channels. You see, disrupting the community, environment of what you call positivity. You see, that's what he's talking about. Stepping in the lane is rude, it's disrespectful, and you wouldn't want nobody to do it to your channel. So, especially in the live stream ride alongs, back to the multi app. It is dangerous multi app. You got some drivers have 12, 15, and 20 apps, and they got them all turned on simultaneously. We have glitches with these apps, right? Okay. So, it's like a domino effect. See, now you got to play the process of elimination. Do I shut all these apps off? Yes, I got to shut them all down. I'm hoping I don't have multiple orders in the transaction. Suppose you have glitches on all of the apps at the same time. Now you got to get somewhere and park, and you got to straighten this stuff up. You see, now you're in a worst case scenario. The adrenaline is flowing. You panicking, you stressing, you're not thinking clearly. It goes right back to the distracted driver once again. You see what I'm saying? So we do a lot of multitasking on one phone with one app. Now, if you add multiple apps, that greater the chances and risk of putting yourself in danger of unsafe practice, ladies and gentlemen. So, don't point your finger at one scenario and you turn a blind eye on the other one. If we're going to be real, we got to cover all the bases on the field. And that's what he was just doing. So this is a very educational, informative video of power pack information of the way we do it, the style that we do, and the way we gel when we do it. He have a lot of ideas, man, and I tell you, and I do too. And we work together. Yes, we're gonna be trying new things, testing things out, see what works, see what don't work. You see, for the viewers, but we being authentic, we being as real as we can be, and also I wanted people to see when I was also in the backstage. Yeah, I could have put the avatar up. I didn't even want the avatar up. because he was doing a tour. Okay, I wanted to be out of in the back seat, out of in the passenger seat in the front. I'm riding with him in a ride along. I wanted people to see that view that we in the vehicle together, you see, but we riding with you. I'm asking questions, we having a conversation, about his city. If I was a tourist there, if I was a visitor there, if I was coming to visit him, you see, what's your best places to go to? No, I didn't go through questions like an interview question because this wasn't an interview. It's supposed to stay on a conversation with both of us here. And that's what we wanted to show today in today's episode. And this was a great concept strategy and content strategy for the content of putting out informative videos that maybe a lot of viewers not, used to, but it's got a lot of power pack information. Suppose you get a chance to see the incident that happened this morning. I'm talking to the restaurant employee, and they trying to cheat me out of the drink. Oh, since you're not going to get ice now, we're gonna reduce the size of the cup. I want what I'm paying for. I want a drink. I want to be able to put a 12-ounce drink in a regular cup, not a 2-ounce drink in a regular cup because it's filled with ice. You see, stuff like that. This is just the new way we doing things, and this is how we do it. We're not trying to outshine anybody. That's the problem. People think we're trying to outshine somebody else. No, we're not. We're just here to provide the best information that we believe in that other drivers can relate to. And that's all it is. He had powerful information. Go ahead, Hulk.
Well, I'm at Sand Hills Mall, Village of Sand Hills. That's what it's called. It's an outdoor mall. I'm just taking a little break because I'm a little, tired driving, so I want to take a break. That's a little safety. So I'm taking a little break. I didn't really eat, so I'm going to try something to eat. I do have diabetes. I am a diabetic. I can feel my sugar's a little low, so I want to grab some stuff I have in my thing to eat. That's why I pulled over and parked, so I can do that. It's a safety. When you're doing these ride alongs, eating while you're driving is also a distracting measure. And that's why I pulled over. Yeah, you see the Five Guys here. That's one of my burger joints that I like to eat at. But I did that for that reason.
Right, right. That's very important. Of taking care of yourself, your body, as well as your vehicle, and also we got other people's lives in our hands as well when we're out here on the highway. When we don't want to share the highway with everybody else, where we think we just own the highway. We're not the only one on the highway. Yes, I agree with you, man. And when I get tired and feel like I'm about to limp, man, I had to pull over too. That's the thing. The money gonna still be there. If it just ran out, then it just ran out. Every day. Sometimes you're not gonna make the same amount every day. There are good days. There are bad days. So we just bring in the reality of what actually is happening. We're not making anything up. So people gonna appreciate, more and more content creators doing it on that aspect. There's a whole lot of content out there we haven't even touched the surface on. This is a great idea. He did a tour. He wanted to do a tour of his city, and everything. And it was realistic, very realistic. And he showed you where he gonna work at. And I know I got an appointment at 2:00, so I only got a few minutes left. So I'm glad that we was able to do this. I'm getting ready to show myself right now, since you're taking a break. So let me go ahead and do that. And let me exit the solo screen. And we back looking at you. So yeah, you got to take care of yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Especially the older generation like myself. 55 and up. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Not just in the summertime, all year long. You got to keep that water. You got to keep the right fluids, your pH level, the alkalinity, all of that. I'm not talking like I'm an expert or none of that. That's the disclaimer. but we just scratching some of the surface of awareness, you see, of awareness that we want to share with
Mm-hmm.
our fellow drivers because we care about the community. We care about our fellow drivers. We're not saying nobody else do. We didn't say that. We saying what we care and have a passion for and what we want
Right.
to do and what we can do positive for the community. You know, what we want to add to it, what, you know, not take away from, but add to it, you know, and that's not outshining nobody. It's just that we want to do something passionate that we passionate about for our community. He done a great job today, which I knew he would. You know what I'm saying? So there will be times he will be on the show by himself, and he can handle it, and I know he can handle it. And I would have certain moderators that would be incognito in case he tried to go left. So you know, so we're not worried about that and everything. There's too much content, valuable content out here that we can address now. You know, it's more than the ching ching. It can get political out here. You know, we talked about the employee status and all that. Now I worked for Grubhub and so did George. You know, I did it when we was employees. And I think George did as well. So we had the benefits, you know, you had to do the time and the hours to get the benefits in. You know, you was on a schedule. You know, there was like you punched the clock in. You could go to that physical building like across the street. You get a chance to talk to a supervisor, a manager. You know, you don't get your stuff ordered. They had everything right there. That was the hub. That was the office in that district doing Grubhub. You had a team leader. That team leader would sometimes be dressed in plain clothes if you didn't know who they were. All right, seeing how drivers was doing better business etiquette, quality customer experience, excellent professionalism, great communication. How is you coming in here? You know, you can get fired on the spot, you see, and they were driving cars. And I believe George got a chance to drive one of them cars. I didn't, but other than that, you know, it was good for me. The only thing that I didn't like was the politics that was played with the dispatchers and stuff. You know, if you was goody good with them, you know you was gonna get the best orders. They're gonna look out for you. You know, I came in right after drivers wasn't no longer getting 1,000 and 1,500 a week on Vice Squad in my area. You know, when I came on board, the most you could make was $500 or $600. But right before I came on, I think about a year before I came on, it was 1,000 to 1,500 a week. You know, so yeah, you know, everything come in due season, and you got to get it at the height of the season. What do you think about that, George? I know he
Well,
was eating.
yeah, I'm good now. Um, because stuff will happen, I didn't really get time to eat. That's why I was like, well, I know I
You
feel low,
okay?
so I feel a little. So I didn't mean to eat on the show. I'm sorry. I apologize
No,
to
no, no,
everybody on
no,
the show.
no, 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 no. I know. We know. I know. You know. They just found out today, and anytime you need to take a break or whatever on the show and rest or whatever and eat, you know, on the show, do so, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, being a diabetic, that's something serious. You know, you got to take care of your body. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We don't want nothing to happen to you. So
Right.
we got other drivers too are diabetic. Don't you know that's an encouragement for them? You know, I can't do
Yep.
them but tip my hat off to you. That was an honorable thing to do. You know, and that now they don't have to feel like they so pressure and I gotta make this money and I didn't make the money to pay the bill and stuff like this here. And that's why I talked about earlier about drivers going broke, being broke while you broke,
Mm-hmm.
while you're on these platforms. So this is just getting ready to go off into this is the introduction, getting ready to go off into them series of videos as well. So, you know, man,
Mm-hmm.
you feeling okay? You feeling okay? You're not lightheaded or nothing like that, are you?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I was good. I know it was getting a little bit because, like I said, a lot of stuff was going on that I had to take care of. What I told earlier, and I usually would have ate before I even went on the show, but I didn't have time. So that's why I was like, okay, now it's time to eat. I knew when I got here, I could rest and eat. You see, that's what you got to do with these jobs too. Like he was saying, you have to know your body and know your limitations too. Don't try to push for that dollar when you're not feeling right or whatever. You know.
Right.
See, if I was working right now, and I said, man, I gotta make this money, man, brother, I keep going. I probably could have had an accident because then it started affecting me. I'm not thinking clear stuff. We just doing a bottom on. But I still got a car. This car become a dangerous weapon if you don't handle it right. That's why you
Right.
have to have a license to really drive this machine. It's a machine. It's a tool. Just like when you're on a W-2 job, you got to have a license to drive certain pieces of equipment. This is a
Right.
piece of equipment. It's this car for us. So even though you're using it as personal, you're using it as a business. So it actually goes into a different category where you do get in an accident, especially if you get in an accident when you're working versus when
Right.
you get in an accident on your personal level.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think about that. You see, we did awareness throughout, but we're doing awareness now at the end because you see something was happening to Hulksmash and how do we handle it? We pulled over to the side. He was watching me the whole time. I put myself on the screen because I want him to see me that and the audience to see that I am good.
Right.
Do you see? The ride alongs are good as well. And that's goes for any ride along, the gig world apps and stuff and whatever ride along your job. But you gotta have the safety in place though too. And that's the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
See, this was just a tour city, but it still has safety.
Right.
So on your question about the bike squad, yeah, back in the day, yeah, we used to we was actually W-2 workers. Yes, I did have the little in car was a Prius. The
Mm-hmm.
Toyota Prius. They had the little camera on the passenger side in the corner there by the dashboard. They had one to go forward and one to go see you. Excuse me. And then what happens is they actually monitoring you. One time I was cleaning my this is a story, true story. I was cleaning my front glass
Mm-hmm.
because it was nasty inside. I didn't know
Right.
I accidentally hit the camera. Things
Okay.
happen. They called me up and said, "Hey man, you moved the camera." I said, "Oh. I didn't know." They said, "Yeah, we see you. You was cleaning the glass, but we just wanted to let you know you moved the camera." So they had me come back so they could adjust the camera right because they have the camera set for a certain reason, so it could get things in the back, you and in the back for your safety as well as the front. So when you try to adjust it back, you don't know how it was adjusted on the date though. So they brought me back. They told me to come back and they adjusted the camera, and then I went back out. But they knew why I did it, but they wanted to see what I say. You see, they test you. So you see, they checking on you to see if you're doing stuff right as well. You see, as well as your safety at the same time. That's why they had those cameras in it. So though people didn't want to drive the cars because they didn't want to be on the camera, like I'm on the camera now, you know, they didn't want to be on the camera because they're being monitored. That's the thing about those cars, you're being monitored. It also helps them if you get in an accident. That's another set because say that car, how that car caught me off. Say it miscalculated and clipped me. That's an accident right there. You had the camera for backup as well. So when you're in the accident, they already know, and then they already looking at the footage. Oh, you wasn't in the wrong. It was the car who cut you off was in the wrong. So then now when they take that to the insurance company and stuff, they have something to go by, and then when you do the police report, they also have that to go back to, and then they can actually talk on the phone just in case and talk to the police. There's something that happened when I was in North Carolina. It wasn't me; it was another driver. And when I was going to school, um, for HVAC. I went over there. I was also doing some bike squad um, to do the ammonia gas. See, it's another
Right.
type of gas. Ammonia is different, so I had to go to that school for that. That's
Right.
what I had to do. So when I was over there, I was doing that school, and then I went also to do bike squad. If that person didn't have that camera, he would have been in the wrong. He probably would have been, um, fired or whatever. But he
Right.
had that camera in the car, and it caught everything. So
Mm-hmm.
the person tried to hit him and did hit him and tried to make it like he hit him to try to get money from a company because the company has all the logo badging and all that stuff on the car. The wrap and everything's on the car. So they say, oh, this stuff,
Right.
we got some money. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what they try to do. So when you have people scamming, that also saves you as well as the company. So,
Right.
so, but yeah, Bike Squad, they had a good system, but there is politics and everything with the W-2, even your warehouse job will have politics and everything like that. And it's a way of life that we had. We have politics in the 1099 jobs too. So
Right.
things happen that people get fired and stuff from the job, get deactivated for no reason because somebody calls or whatever. And so it's politics is something that we're gonna have to try to live with. So it affects us too, even in our 1099 world as well as W-2.
Right.
So that's what I gotta say about that.
Appreciate it so much, man. What you do for this community, and this was a good show. It started off at a rocket start, but it got better and everything. And those things happen. The weather,
Hmm.
like something not acting right, trying to get your equipment to act right, it's not acting right. Sometimes everything go wrong. With my laptop, I try to set stuff up on my laptop, but I got a way to go around that to where it's easier for me to go ahead and do what I still need to do, even though if I'm having a problem with my desktop or laptop,
Hmm.
so we able to do it. And I usually like being out here in the field. I like being out here in the field, live streaming, whether I'm parked doing it or I'm on the road doing it. I'm multi-apping on the road. Okay. I'm multitasking on multiple platforms on the road. Okay. I got all my apps turned on the road. You see, and I choose when to pick orders. You got to know when to do it. You can't just have all your apps turned on and then you trying to multi-app and you on schedule on Grubhub. It's some drivers doing,
Mm.
but the way they got it going on now, that's real difficult for me to do it. I'm not finna do that. I'm not gonna put myself in jeopardy. My life, not only my life, but I have other drivers' lives in my hand as well. That we share these
Mhm.
streets with, that we share these streets from. That's why the
Mhm.
show is called Take It to the Streets. Morning show, Take It to the Streets live show, and I used to do the shows in the evening. That's why it's called Take It to the Streets, because we in these streets every single day, every moment, every blink of the eye. We in these streets. Worst case scenarios in these streets. You know, experience that drivers having. Why not do content on this stuff? You know what I'm saying? What we actually going through. No, I'm not going to do
Right.
content. I'm not going to do content on it. It's not going to get me the views. No, you got to be real. When people start seeing that type of content, they're going to resonate because they're going to say, okay, I'm not the only one going through this. Now I know I don't have to panic because I see drivers taking time to show what we go through. I don't
Mhm.
care what market you're going through. We all still got to share the highway, and we all
Mhm.
have experienced people having road rage. Some of us have had road rage. Get frustrated, get angry. That's the reason why you got to park over as quick as you can if you're able to. But if you're in the busy streets, you're in the middle of the run, that's kind of hard. Just like that car jumped from this lane all the way across him to make a turn. Just like the other day when I asked the question about when you make a turn at the intersection, do you be in the closest lane or do you just jump lanes on people? A lot of people jump lanes. That's not safe. You're supposed to be to the closest lane as you turn, which
Mm-hmm.
is that first lane. Then once you got clearance, then you can go to the next lane. Then you can go to the next lane. You see, but people out here are not doing right. And this is not just talking about delivery drivers. We talking about everybody that got to drive in their daily commute going to their occupation. You see, so we need to be mindful about when we refuse to share the highway with people, there will be accidents. I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, because you don't have no respect for the road. You don't have respect for your neighbors on the road and their families. There's grandparents out here. You see, parents out here in these streets. See what I'm saying? Aunties, people that's leaders in communities, influencers in communities, get frustrated at the job, at the warehouse. You trying to hurry up and get away from there. You driving crazy on the street. You see, and can kill somebody and yourself. So we have to put this message out here, about us being more vigilant of our behavior. Our behavior. Talking about we don't care. We need to care about our behavior on how we treat other people out here in these streets. You see, so Hulk, I know you can highlight it with your last final thoughts because it's my time to get ready to make my destination. While you doing that, I'm gonna put my avatar up. So go ahead and give everybody our last words. I'm trying to get set up for us to close the show.
Okay. So basically, my last words is, we just gotta just step back, take it a little slow, and see. There's a lot of tension and stuff that I noticed and stuff. People jumping the gun, you know, and not doing really research on stuff, just taking something somebody said and going on with it, and then accusing people of stuff, this and that, and then it gets into big turmoil, and they don't have no proof of it, and it makes the other person feel bad or upset because they've been lied upon. I did a lied and loyalty thing already. Nobody wants to be lied upon because it gets that bad taste in people. Somebody's looking at for the first time or whatever, who they're gonna believe. Then when you defend yourself, the person who did the lie or so gets upset. Then they think they try to think that you wrong. You're not wrong for defending yourself. Now, if you have proof of stuff that you said this person had or this person and this that, show the proof. Because when you're gonna put an accusation or anything, show the proof. You know. Also, on the other side, these these streets and every day something's always gonna come up. You might have a day that really nothing come up, but it's not always gonna be like that though. Yeah, I even said it on the thing when that car cut me off. I was a little upset. It gets to you, but I have my composure to control because you see, if I get upset and let that bother me, then I'm not gonna be there. I'm distracted. So then nothing happened. Nobody got hurt. Nothing happened, which is a good thing. So staying upset about it, it's not going to do anything. Things that
Right.
we could, things that we could not have control over, we have to try to learn not to let things bother. You
Mm-hmm.
know that I couldn't really control that, but at the same token, when somebody says something about you or anybody else that's not true, that is a different thing, and that you could control. because there are means to stop that. There are means to stop stuff like that. Cyberbullying and doxing and all that other stuff. There's means to go about it. Yeah, you could go up there and yell and scream back at them, but are they really listening or are they laughing at you? There's ways. There was a lesson. I want to re-amp my cyberbullying doxing with Mr. D-Web here
Okay.
later on before the year because I think it needs a refresher course
Right.
because people need to know that there's other means to stop all that stuff.
Right.
Stop all this bullying. Stop all this lying because it does affect people. They
Yes,
said
sir.
words don't hurt. I call cap on that because words do hurt. It hurt me. Call me a cheater. That hurt me. That's why I went off. I had to do how I had to do. When I was called a cheater, I didn't like that. Then other people went on the rating their games and was saying it too. When I confronted them, nothing. Using a
We will.
shield,
Right.
but
That's not fair.
it's that's not fair. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about there's the things I see in this gig world that we don't need to do all that stuff. We could live to coexist in this gig world together in this community
Right.
together. You know,
Right.
taking stuff out of proportion on a fundraiser. It was for a good event for somebody who needed help. There's another content creator who needs help. I didn't hear nobody say about that. She might not say it, but I felt bad for her because she's going through stuff. But there is another content creator who just got hurt, that I noticed that got affected by Helene.
Right.
But nobody talking about that. But it is what it is. But we need to learn not to disrespect each other. That's the whole thing. Not to disrespect each other. Try to coexist. If you don't like
Right.
somebody, like I said, turn the channel. You don't like me and D-Web? Fine. Turn the channel. Don't watch the Doordash Revolution show.
We're gonna keep
It's that
on keeping
simple.
on. We're gonna keep
But we're
on
gonna
keeping
do
on.
what we're gonna do.
Right.
And I'm just using us because we're right here
Right.
as an example.
That's right. We're
But
gonna
that's
keep
for
on
any
keeping on.
content creator. That's for any content creator. If you don't like that content creator, turn the channel. Simple.
Mhm.
Just like your TV. Or now we're doing streaming services. Okay, we got Roku and all that. So we got Roku. Okay, you got all these shows on Roku. You don't like this show? Turn it. Do another one.
Right.
You like AEW wrestling instead of WWE? Okay, don't watch WWE. Watch AEW. There you go. Just that simple. You
Just
know,
this simple.
you don't have to downgrade people. Yeah, it came another way, but it's on my heart to say because of this 2 months I've seen around. People getting stuff. People get
Mhm.
upset. People coming
Mhm.
out of character because they defended themselves. Which
Mhm.
that's not the right person. I see that's not what these people are. They are really nice people, but they're coming out of character to defend themselves because people push and push and push.
Right.
Poke, 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 and then when they come back, is they're the bad ones. No,
Mhm.
that they defend themselves.
Right.
But there's ways to stop this. There's ways to stop this. I do want to rehab the cyberbullying
We
and the
will.
doxing.
We will.
I want to rehab that on our show because I got numbers and that and stuff that I'm gonna put on there, so then we know that we could use these avenues to help. There was a content
Right.
creator that was getting cyberbullied and stuff.
Mhm.
Asked me to help. I went to find sources. That person was in a different state. We had to find out what we could do for that state because each state has their own laws
Right.
and different things. So when
That's
I
correct.
found out, I gave that contact creator the information that I had, and that contact creator was thankful and doing what that contact creator was going to do with the information for
Mhm.
being, cyberbullying and stuff.
Right.
See, we have to help each other like we've been doing.
Right.
But try not to get into that part of doing it ourselves to try to get back at people.
Right.
There's always other ways, because then the person who started the cyberbullying, that person's still doing the cyberbullying and doing vile stuff. That person's actually laughing at you because that person got you out of your character, and then
Mm-hmm.
he's doing the same thing that he or she, whatever the person, is doing the
Right.
same thing that you could do: clip stuff, save stuff, download stuff, and everything, and have it on file for later. Just have it up there for later and stuff, and folders or whatever. So that's all. A little bit off the subject, but
No, it
I
wasn't.
just
It
needed to
was.
do
It.
that
It
because it
was
was something. It was something
right
I've been seeing for the past while,
for a while.
especially after this fundraiser that there's not too long happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
It
that's
was.
all
It
I
was
wanted to
much
say about
need.
that.
It was much needed to be said. And so, what people don't like what was said, you can live with it better saying it and expressing it. You can go to sleep better now because you didn't put your message out there. Versus, I
Hmm.
didn't put my message out there. Now I got to deal with God with what I didn't do. He wanted me to do.
Hmm.
You see, because we all got to answer to Him. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess one day. So, before the end of time. So our thing is, that's why I say I knew you had some more to say.
Hmm.
Express yourself. We're gonna touch on those topics there.
Hmm.
Not just touch the surface of it. We're gonna go into a deeper dive. This is what this
Hmm.
channel's about. Informative video and stuff. And I want to say this before we go. There's no perfect driver out here. You're a human being. We make mistakes in the streets every day. There's no such thing of a perfect driver. We take shortcuts. We make the wrong decisions because we got to do it in snap finger ready mode. So there's no perfect driver. But the ones that's still alive from automobile accidents and stuff, you got a story to tell that's going to help other drivers. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. They ain't talking about making money. We talking about your life, talking about our life. We talking about our community. That's very powerful. That's very important. You know, it's all right if people don't like us. We okay with that. We got to keep on moving on. Get the message to someone that does need it. We're not going to stop. I guarantee that. And that's what we have to do. This was a very informative video today. We
Hmm.
know it and we feel good about it because now we done did what we was asked to do. You see, so we done that. So we're going to have more challenges, and these challenges is going to be different challenges than the community have ever seen. That's not putting nobody on the spotlight, trying to outshine anybody or none of that. Because we got a message we got to convey to the audience that can resonate. There's some people right now wanting this information, wanting this motivation, wanting this positivity. You know, that's what they want. I'm not saying we're the only positive channel out there. I didn't say that. I'm talking about what we're doing on this side of the fence that God put it on our heart to do. I thank God for the co-host here,
Hmm.
Hulksmash. So, brother, I'm gonna get ready, and we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna have hiccups along the way. You touch the wrong button, or the phone not acting right, and and it feel like you got two left thumbs. That's gonna happen from time to time. You're gonna go into areas where it's low signal. We can't control them things, but we can control our behavior. We can control our attitude. You see, we can control our emotions. Just like you showed a prime example that we can control our emotion. You could have sit there and fall in behind him and went off on him. I had a driver yesterday. I don't know. He must have had a bad day. He
Hmm.
was down the street, but he was in the furthest lane. I knew I could turn to the shortest lane close to me. This man, he was blowing a horn. He was a good 500 feet or more away, but he wasn't even behind my lane. He gets in the line, brush past the car like he want to hit it. We get at this the light. He trying to jump in the turning lane, want to hit it. Jumped out the car. I had to sit here and talk to my folks, keep them calm and everything. You see what I'm saying? Because my son, he was ready. And I was like, everybody calm down. I'm talking to him. I said, what's wrong with you, fool? You driving like that. You see me fireballing down the street. I said, hold on, wait a minute now. I said, first of all, you older than me. You know better than that. You just admitted that you fireballing down the street. And you reckless driving right now. You know better than that. You too old for this. And then, I said, I tell you what, let's go over here and park over here where we can get out of the intersection, causing commotions, possible pile up over here. Somebody gonna call the police. We can handle our business over there in that parking lot. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't go over there. I guess he thought about it. You see what I'm saying? But the thing was, there was all kind of witnesses right there. If he had went ahead and said, I'm going to be aggressive and hit the vehicle. Suppose somebody had a pistol and just went to shoot. Road rage. People messing with people in them 9-to-5 jobs, and they couldn't blow. He might have lost his job. We don't know. We don't know. And I'm not going to say I don't care, because he may do that again to somebody else, and they might not think nothing about his life. Take his life. I hope he see the show today. You see? And may take his life because of something that happened inside the 9-to-5 job. You see? So now you're out here in these streets. You want to take it out on somebody. See, we got to be prepared for all this stuff. You see? So we're gonna get ready and go and everything. And I'm getting a little weak myself now. I need to put something in my stomach. And I got a meeting I'm supposed to been to, but I still get there. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all so much. We're gonna go ahead and hit the theme song. We got to do that. I got to turn it up before I do it. I'm working. It's just I missed that third device, man. I mean, that third device, all I had to do was just press a button. Now I got to be fumbling around. Now I got to fumble around with everything. Looking like, I got two. See? Now that information going to be on the next video that I accidentally just hit, because that's dealing with a ride share. The stories that I'm getting ready to bring on the scene, that was one of them. He said, be sure to record this one. So I told people I would be doing ride share information there. Let me go back to the music and everything. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you. Be vigilant. Only person behavior you control is yourself.
That's all we can do, brother.
That's all we can do. Take it to the streets. All right, we good there. Take it to the streets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a good day, and think about, staying positive throughout the day. May God bless you. May He keep you. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace and take care. All right.